Everybody, Butte, Montana. Welcome back, everybody, to your 73rd annual East-West Shrine football game. These all-stars out here just finishing up 3-a-day practices throughout the week. Scott Breen along with Bruce Parker up in the booth, Casey Conlon and Richie Melby down on the sideline. As you took a look at the referees a moment ago, white hat will be Shane Shaw tonight out of Helena. He and his crew have things in check. Bruce, here we go.
Well, let me tell you something about the officials. They're all-stars as well. Officials from around the state applied to get into this game, and they do it for free. And then they pick the officials, and they tried to get them from all around the state of Montana, some from Butte, some from Helena, some from Kalispell. So we have a great officiating crew, and they're here to have some fun, too. You know, we can't forget that, Scott. It's a big game. They want to win, but they want to have some fun.
Well, we're less than a minute away from kickoff, and as we look here out onto Bob Green Field at Alumni Coliseum at the campus of Montana Tech, we're staring right into the sun, and the fans are staring right into the sun. It's a one-sided football stadium at this point, and as they go through the renovation phases, but terrific night for it. Wind is calm at this point. Those flags were standing straight up about a half hour ago. It's on.
You know, you almost feel like you're in a suntanning booth for at least the first hour of the game.
There's no window to open either. I feel like an ant under a magnifying glass.
You were smart this year. You brought a hat to give you a little visor up here, which is a good idea. But, you know, Montana Tech's done a great job. They're great hosts of this game. One of the sponsors of tonight's broadcast, Montana Tech, you know, guys like Vice President Joe McClafferty and Matt Steppen, the athletic director, Chuck Morrell, and Don Blackheader, the former chancellor here at Montana Tech, have done a nice job.
All right, we are underway with your 73rd annual East-West Shrine game. If you missed it a few minutes ago, this is the nation's longest running high school football Shrine All-Star game. 73 years now. So East won it last year in a thriller up in Great Falls, 24-21 on a field goal, late game, only field goal of the game. So here comes the West. East actually won the coin toss tonight, deferred to the second half. First offensive play from scrimmage as the opening kick went out of the end zone for a touchback. Rylan Ort of Missoula Sentinel, the quarterback. The handoff goes for a short gain. It'll be second and long now for the West. West team typically wears the red jerseys. East always in the gold, Bruce.
Yeah, you know, what's the philosophy on kickoffs now? Everybody in the NFL, if you win the toss, you want the ball because you want to score. In most high school, most college, they always defer. They want their defense to come out, make a stand, and get their offense in good field position.
All right, Ort handles the snap, drops back, fires a quick out. It's caught at about the 24-yard line, and he's out to the 26. That's a nice pickup. Close to a first down. We'll see what they do with the chains. Not quite. Still a few yards short. Let's take a look at the replay here.
You know, obviously coming out right now, the West just wants to throw the football a little bit, and both squads have quarterbacks that can get the ball on the money.
Here we go. That sets up 3rd and 4 from the 26-yard line. Ort now audibleizing. Here we go. Quick pass over the middle, almost intercepted. Boy, that was in and out of the hands of J.R. Seawald from Cutbank High. He had a knee down, but had he not at the time, as we take another look at it, would have been a pick six. He'd have run that back as you take a quick peek. Boom, just out of reach, but it falls incomplete, so it'll now be 4th down and an opportunity.
The former Cutbank Wolf right there to have a chance for some stardom early in the ball game.
Not too late. Not too late. So now they'll be in a punt formation. That's Brock Cantrell Field from Missoula Sentinel back. He's a Montana Tech kid. He'll be here this year. It's a little action on his future home playing field. From his own 15-yard line, it's a bit of a line drive, angling. Caught at the 36. In trouble, trying to make some moves, make some things happen. It's Brant Bremer from Browning with a nice return. He's wrapped up. And that'll give the East its first possession of the game.
You know, you mentioned who was going to Montana Tech. How about this? In this football game tonight, 18 of these players are going to Montana Tech to play for Coach Chuck Morrell and the Diggers.
Well, we talk about the 2 head coaches here in tonight's game. And we've got a father-son combo on the East sideline.
Yeah, we do. And we'll talk about that after this play. It's really a great story.
First possession of the football game for East, dressed in the gold uniforms, traditional gold with the blue numbering today. And there he is at quarterback, Ryder Meyer from Fairfield. His dad is the head coach this year. Their last opportunity to get a game in together. Meyer at quarterback, one man in his backfield. Looks like maybe a little trickery on the opening play, and there it is. It's a lateral. Dawson Allen fires it deep. There's a flag. We'll see what the call is, but how about a little razzle-dazzle on the first play of the football game?
Yeah, I like it. Who expects something like that? Les Meyer pulling the trick plays out of the book. Les Meyer played his college football at Rocky Mountain College, and he's been such a great coach at Fairfield High School and won state championships. And Tucker Meyer, his son, played at Rocky and now on the coaching staff for the Montana Grizzlies. And then, of course, his son playing quarterback tonight for the East team.
Rich football tradition for the Meyer family out of Fairfield. Looks like this will go against the offense.
Maybe a possible hold or an ineligible player downfield.
Ineligible.
Yep. Number 87 was covered. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, when you run razzle-dazzle after a week of all-star practice and you've only got a week, sometimes guys will get spread out a little bit. But what a great effort there on the reception. Not just the pass, but the reception. That was Ryan Simpson of Bozeman High making the catch. So it'll back him up 5 yards. Still make it first down and 15.
You know, we're almost like the NFL and the big-time college football games. They have their own head of referee in the booth with them to explain this. We have Neil Peterson tonight, the head of officials of the Frontier Conference, in our booth with us. We can always ask him, and then we can blame it on him if it's wrong.
Yeah, there you go. Michael Golden on the tackle here from Hamilton. Number 33, nice effort there. And Meyer no longer at quarterback. They brought him in for the one play. And now the East turns to Mitchell Norsline from Fergus High. He rolls right. Deflected out of bounds, so that'll bring up third down and about a long 15. Both teams trying to work out some early kinks, both defenses effective early, Bruce.
Yeah, they are. And I think there's going to be some nerves. You know, there's been so many things. They just don't come here and practice 3 times a day. They have events to go to. Last night we were at the banquet. It was a wonderful event with the Shriners. Paul Panisco, the voice of the Montana Tech Ore Diggers, and Rocky Erickson were the MCs for the event. And great meal, just a super job. The city of Butte brings it all out for this event.
No doubt about it. Here we go. Third now and 15 for the East, dressed in gold uniforms. Northline at quarterback handles the snap. He's going to keep it. Here he comes to the near side. Not nearly enough. It'll continue to run the clock early in this first quarter. But a big stop for the Red Squad. That was Cam Rouser out of Broadwater High in Townsend. Making a big play early for his team. That'll bring the punt squad on for your East.
Got a buddy who's on the coaching staff at Broadwater High School in Townsend, a guy by the name of Joe Horn, who was one of the finest linebackers. He played for Carroll to play in the Frontier Conference, an all-conference and an all-America guy.
Wyatt Brusman on now to punt for the East All-Stars. Clean snap, punt is away. End over end, it's fielded at the 20-yard line. And off to the races, that's Zachary Spearoff from Helena High, forced out of bounds, but a nice return there. West will take over with great field position when we come back. Scoreless, early first quarter.
First out of bounds. 51, CMR.
Montana Tech, one of the big sponsors of tonight's 73rd Shrine game. And 3 of these players tonight from Flathead High School will be attending Montana Tech and be Ore Diggers for Coach Chuck Morrell. Blake Counts, the son of Tika and Danny Counts of Kalispell. He's going to be a construction business management major for Montana Tech. The second Montana Tech student athlete is Anthony Jones for the Ore Diggers. He's going to be on this football field the next 4 or 5 years. He is the son of Patty and Larry Jones of Flathead Valley and Kalispell, Montana. Construction business management major for Montana Tech. And the final Flathead High School athlete that's going to be in this game tonight is Jaden McNeil. Jaden is the son of Gina McNeil from Kalispell, and he is going to be an applied health major for the Ore Diggers. 3 of these people, these players tonight, will be future Ore Diggers, and they played for Kyle Sampson, got to the state championship in AA this year, lost the heartbreaker to Billings West, and their coach, Kyle Sampson, now the offensive coordinator for Montana Tech.
And again, Montana Tech, a big sponsor for tonight's game, as big gain, about 5 or 6 yards for the West on its first offensive play of this series. Montana Tech, a terrific sponsor of this year's game. That was Brody Grebe out of Milestone, and he's a terrific story. We'll touch more on him a little bit later. Grebe with the tackle there.
Well, what a great athlete he is, state champion, outstanding football player in all the all-star games, played in the Montana-Wyoming basketball all-star game, and also won a couple events in the state track meet.
All right, they go right back to the well. Rylan Ort hands to Blake Counts of Flathead, who we just talked about.
Yeah, Blake Counts. What a great season that Flathead High School team had. They surprised everybody, upset Bozeman in the playoffs. And Kyle Sampson did a remarkable job coaching them. Their defensive coordinator, a guy by the name of Matt Upham, who was an All-American defensive back at Carroll College in his days. Tonight, Scott, all the football playing schools in Montana are represented in this game, and we'll talk about numbers here in a minute.
All right, so now we're at 3rd and 4 from the 41-yard line. 10:53 left in the first quarter. We're early on. Ort keeps it. He's wrapped up by a host, led by number 56. That's who we have here, J.J. Lindsay. J.J. Lindsay out of Billings Senior. There's another rich football family tradition.
Yeah, Lindsay, an outstanding player. Had a great high school career as we take a look at this on replay. An outstanding student athlete, and I expect for him to make some big plays tonight. That Billings Senior program, Scott, you being from Billings, they have really turned things around at Billings Senior in football.
No question about it. State championships. Gabe Sulzer was out there with them, and Nathan Dick, now over at Rocky Mountain College, playing quarterback. He was an MVP in this game a couple years ago. So that'll bring up a punt situation for the West as they send it deep. No fair catch here. Oh, and a big hit. In fact, I believe they'll call targeting on that. Excellent effort there. Zachary Spearoff, I believe, was it Cameron Rouser made the tackle? I think it was Spearoff out of Helena High. Maybe we can take a look at this, but the West guys are signaling that it's something against the East. I didn't see whether or not the ball came loose there, but officials are talking it over.
That's one of those plays, and even up here in the press box as we see it, it's an ouch.
Yeah.
Great hit. Let's hope nobody got hurt and there wasn't a penalty on the play.
And a fair catch avoids that, but in a game like this, you want to get out there and try a little razzle-dazzle. Here we go, the Conlins replay. Nicely done. It's hauled in there, and it was Zachary Spearoff of Helena High in there with the first hit, and then he comes out. Ball came loose. We'll see what they determine. Officials still discussing it.
Yeah, special thanks to Conlins Furniture for being our replay sponsor tonight. They've always been great supporters of this Montana Shrine Football All-Star Football game.
The returner was ruled down by contact. During the kick, illegal block in the back, 10 yards or half the distance from the end of the kick. First down.
Head official Shane Shaw from Helena there. So East will hold on to the football, but penalized for it. So they'll start deep inside their own 10-yard line, trying to climb out of that with 9:57 left here in the first quarter.
I think that's one of the hardest calls in football, that, whether you hit the guy or whether they put up a fair catch or not. And, I think you hit it, Scott, when you said that these guys all want to make big plays tonight. They want their name in the newspaper and on TV,
sure,
around the state on the MTN network tonight and tomorrow.
Here we go. Mitchell Norsline back in at quarterback. Second possession of the game for the East. He comes out firing, has a man out in the flat. It was caught, but a terrific defensive play there. I couldn't catch the number. I believe it's 21. Drew Morgan was in on it, and Cade Holter as well. Holter from right here in Butte Central. As you take a look, catch is made. Nice job, but it's wrapped up in a hurry. Number 17, that was Drew Morgan, Columbia Falls.
Yeah, great job on the Collins Furniture replay. Camera work. Outstanding cameraman with us tonight on our crew.
So there's the snap. Oh, it's an inside handoff. Ball is loose on the ground. There's a scrum for it. West says it's ours, and the officials agree. Wow, what a big play. Early in this first quarter of your 73rd East-West Shrine game.
Well, the first turnover of the game. Now, turnovers are important, but what's important is what you do with the turnover after you get it. Can you put points on the board after turnovers? And with this Collins Furniture replay here, we'll get a couple looks at this and see a big play by the West. Biggest play early in this football game. The fumble recovery and great field position.
Alex Johnson.
Yeah, Alex Johnson out of Helena High School.
Comes up with it. And that was just, again, you've got a week to jam in a bunch of 3-a-day practices, just trying to get to some kind of game plan. But every once in a while, you could be week 16 in an NFL season and things still get screwed up. It's tough enough to go three-a-days for a week and try to get everything right.
Yeah, it's tough on the legs. And, I lived in Helena for 11 years as the athletic director at Carroll College before moving on to Rocky. And Alex Johnson was a kid you heard about when he was a 7th and 8th grader. This kid's going to be a super athlete, and here he's playing in the Shrine game.
Well, the fake handoff there went to Preston Blaine, but it was Rylan Ort keeping that for the touchdown, and West jumps on the board first with 9:15 left in the opening quarter off the turnover.
Boy, that's getting it done and getting it done quick. Scoring on the first play after the turnover, a little momentum switch in this football game going to the West squad. And they want to win this game after losing that one last year by that long field goal.
Right. Well, again, a well-called play, well-designed. Preston Blaine looked like he had the ball from Glacier, but Ort keeps it. Everybody bites for the East, and now is a PAT attempt. Ort with the hold. Carver Gilman of Whitefish, no good. Knocked down. So the East holds. They give up the touchdown but avoid the extra point, the PAT. That sends us to a quick break with 9:15 left in the first quarter. It's West on top early on your Town Pump scoreboard.
And Cale McCarthy out of Butte High School, where he had an outstanding career for Coach Ari Gray, the son of Micklin and Shane McCarthy. He is going to major in engineering at Montana Tech. Wow, a lot of not engineering majors. Always helps to have smart guys on your football field. And out of Butte Central High School, we have Clay Fisher. Clay is the son of Jacqueline and Michael Fisher out of Butte. And he, too, is going to be an engineering major. You think they'll be able to understand Coach Chuck Morrell and all the things he's going to throw at them, Scott, soon when they get to this field?
I imagine they'll do just fine here at Montana Tech. And Montana Tech, of course, a big sponsor of tonight's football game. That's why we're showcasing their players. How many, Bruce? How many Montana Tech future Diggers are in this game tonight?
Well, as we looked at the roster, Scott, we counted 18 players going to Montana Tech. 5 going to Rocky Mountain College, 3 going to Carroll College, 2 to MSU Montana Western, and 1 to MSU Northern, and a bunch going to the Bobcats and the Grizzlies.
Carver Gilman is set to kick off for the West. He's out of Whitefish. Sends it high toward the end zone. Just where it lands. That'll be a touchback. So after the costly turnover, if you're just joining us, East coughed it up on its own 1-yard line moments ago. West cashed in on a quarterback keeper. PAT was blocked, and that's the difference. 6-0 West in the red uniforms, as we're just barely into this football game. 9:15 left here in the first quarter as the sun sets on Bob Green Field.
You know, Scott, I've got a question for you. I've been involved in college athletics for over 40 years, but my question is, why don't more college coaches recruit 3 positions, a punter, a kicker, and a long snapper? Because those 3 positions can really cost a team if they don't have strong people in those positions.
That's a great point. Mitchell Norsline of Fergus High back at quarterback for your East All-Stars. He takes it on 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Another bobbled snap, just a missed exchange there. Let's go to the replay, and you can see some of these are just fundamentals. Maybe he was looking to get that. Let's just see who's come across the defensive line real quick first, but either way, he didn't have a grip on it, I don't think, before the handoff was set to take place. So that'll bring up 2nd and long. We've got 15 yards to go now, a similar situation to what they were in on the last series.
And nobody's going to be able to hide tonight with the Conlon Furniture replays because we'll have it all.
You got it. Well, Norsline not going to take any chances this time. A terrific run. He'll gain 10 as he keeps it out to the 20-yard line. Check at the 25-yard line. Big hole in the middle. As you take a look at nice blocking there, Alex Johnson eventually makes the tackle. You see the hit there. And that holds up the first down. So it's 3rd and 5 for the East.
Well, the best way to answer that turnover is to come right back and score.
Wow, tough run there, but he's stacked up in the backfield. Riley Dickinson of Great Falls Central, and a terrific defensive stand for the West. That'll force another East punt.
You know, Great Falls Central, isn't it nice to hear football players coming out of Great Falls Central? Hugh Smith, their former athletic director, did a great job. There we see the Collins Furniture replay, and right up the middle, but nowhere to go.
Okay. Tanner Grove, Nick Schmeiler in there on the coverage. Help bring him down, and
you know, Huey Smith, I don't know, Scott, if you know Hugh. He was one of the great softball players in Montana history, playing for Bucks Bar out of Billings, and he was a guy that could hit the ball.
Remember Bucks Bar. Oh, another mishandle. This one by the West. Looked like the East may have jumped on it, and yes, the 2nd turnover of game couldn't have come at a bigger time for your East Football All-Stars. Believe it was Logan Kennedy out of Laurel High School who recovers that. It was a Cam Rothy trying to field it out of Hamilton, and yeah, there he is.
A Laurel High School product, to which you cover.
A locomotive.
Now, I'm just going to throw this out. I've heard rumors that the people in Laurel think that they might have a state championship football team this year with the Locomotives.
We'll see. Yeah, that it's such a tough, especially when you get into that Final Four. But Locomotives bring some stuff to the table this year, no question about it. So for the first time tonight, East All-Stars across midfield. Norsline handles the snap out of the shotgun. Nice pass down the middle, and it's caught. Chasing toward the end zone. You better believe it. That's a touchdown for your East All-Stars. Derek Simmons out of Fairfield just catches it in stride as you look at the Conlon's replay. Bruce?
Now, do you think Les Myers seen that before from his Fairfield High School star athlete? And a touchdown pass, a great throw. They got behind the defensive backs there, and the East is now on the board with a chance to take the lead here with this extra point.
So on the last 2 series, 2 turnovers apiece, and 1 play later, the recovering team scores. We'll see what happens here with the PAT, a chance for the lead. 7:22 left. Wyatt Brusvin on. Snap, down, good, kick, right through the uprights. He splits them. Here we go, punch, counter punch in the first quarter. East with a quick lead, 7-6 on your Town Pump scoreboard. As you take one more look at the touchdown. Hello, end zone. We're back in a moment.
And a couple more future ore diggers for Coach Chuck Morrell. These out of the Garden City of Missoula. Out of Missoula, Loyola High School, Cooper Waters. Cooper, the son of Bambi Duma and Jeff Waters. And he is going to be an engineering major at Montana Tech. Troy Waters, his father.
They can't keep us down, Bruce.
They can't. There's no way. And out of Missoula Sentinel High School, we've got Brock Cantrell Field. He is the son of Jolene Cantrell Field.
And Mark Field. Yeah.
And
looking at business administration.
Yeah, he's going to be a business administration major. Father's name?
Mark Field.
Mark Cantrell Field. Or just Mark Field. But
well, just
two
call him
more.
Mark.
How about that? Two more out of Missoula, a couple out of Helena, three out of Kalispell. Man, where are they coming from next?
That's a great question. That's a great question. If you're wondering why we are airing a lot of Montana Tech athletes, they're a big sponsor, Montana Tech. Chipped in quite a bit of money to help us put this game on this year. We sure appreciate their generosity. Here comes the kick. Rustin toward the end zone. Looks like it's going to be out of the back. I don't know if that thing get through the uprights. Let's take another look at the touchdown, and this was just pretty. Again, if you're just joining us, the Conlins Furniture replay. One play after, West fumbled the punt. It was a beautiful strike over the middle, I should say. And that's how it ends, with Simmons diving into the end zone. PAT puts the East on top. 7:22 left in the first quarter here at Bob Green Field, Montana Tech's campus in Butte.
And both touchdowns have come after turnovers. And as we talked about, points after turnovers is a very crucial stat, and both teams have done a nice job. They've got the ball, and they've done something with it.
All right, here we go. Quick handoff, looks like up the middle for a short gain. That'll bring up 2nd and long for your West All-Stars. Brian Blaine, or Preston Blaine, I should say, out of Glacier there with the carry, but it was Ty Bradley, a Colstrip on the stop.
Well, things have kind of changed up in the Flathead Valley. Glacier was a very powerful team, still very good, but boy, Flathead High School kind of snuck in this year.
All right, Jaden McNeil's now in at quarterback for Flathead. He keeps it, and he's brought down. Nice play there by Torgerson, number 23. We're going to run down first trip to the sidelines tonight with Casey Conlon.
Yeah, head coach Les Meyer was really frustrated right before the punt. He wanted his team to go quick, catch West in a change defensively, but they got beat up front as they got pressure and forced that 4th down right before the punt. And then obviously we saw the fumble. Les took advantage, quick strike offense. It looked like the East was getting beat up front, but it's just one play can change the momentum of this game, and that's what they've done so far.
Terrific effort there. McNeil unloads it, and it's caught by Cooper Waters from Loyola Sacred Heart. Let's take a look at the Conlins replay. Great stretch there. And then in on the stop, as you take another look at it, Willie Leap from Bozeman High. It's a 1st down, though, for the West, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
And the Leap family has had a lot of impact on the Bozeman High School football program.
Handoff there, Preston Blaine of Glacier just lost his footing in the backfield, so it'll be a small loss. 2nd down and long now for the West.
Now, philosophy, Scott. Some coaches don't want their kids to play in this game. Some college coaches, they want them to get hurt. A lot of them want them to play because they come into camp more football ready. I'm not sure what's right. I just know that we have, about 100 of the best high school football players in Montana here tonight in Butte.
80 of them plus 2 Canadians, 1 Canadian player for each team. They started that tradition 6 years ago. Preston Blaine handing off there, and pretty good run by Paxton Blaine. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Am I supposed to follow up that Canadian comment with what did you say, eh?
Hey. There you go.
We had a beautiful rendition of the Canadian and our Star Spangled Banner tonight. A lot of fans on hand here at Bob Green Field, Alumni Coliseum in Butte.
Preston Blaine, not a big kid, not a big dude, but he is effective. Got those long locks hanging out the backside of the helmet. Final instructions here. Only 8 seconds left now on the play clock.
Now, who do we give credit to on that one? Clay Matthews, maybe, of the Green Bay
sure.
Packers?
Here he comes again, barreling in, but he's not going to get the 1st down. Stopped short of it. Great effort there by, how perfect was this? Tarek Essa. Essa leading that jam in the middle of the line, and on the defensive side, Essa is one of the 2 Canadian players. did a great feature. Our Tom Wiley did a terrific feature on him earlier this week. You can see it at montanasports.com. Came down from Canada. In fact, he's the biggest kid on either roster. I think he's 6'6", 285.
Yeah, big and strong. I think he's going to go on to the University of Calgary and play football.
So it's a punt situation now for the West All-Stars, trailing by a point, approaching the 4-minute mark in the first quarter. End-over-end kick. He's angled it. Nicely done. It takes a big hop, which favors the West, and it'll be downed inside the 20-yard line at about the 18. We'll keep it right here as time winds down in the first quarter. We're under 4 minutes.
You know why special teams, Scott, are so important? Because a lot of these guys are they're all all-stars. They're all outstanding players. Quite a few of them don't play on special teams during the season.
Yeah.
You know, the coaches like to get different players in on special teams to give guys breaks. So a lot of these people that are playing special teams tonight haven't done it much during the year, and it's a talent. You know, there's guys, I can remember Kenny Amato from Montana State. He was a linebacker and a long snapper. Well, he played for the Tennessee Titans for about 11 or 13 years, and we'll talk more about Kenny Amato tonight when we announce the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame for Montana a little bit later in this broadcast. But he had a great career, and he long snapped.
All right. Mitchell Norsline hands off up the middle, and that's a Studer out of Billings Central, number 22. Jack Studer, head of the Dixie State, tackled by Nick Schmeiler from St. Francis High. He is your other Canadian out of Nova Scotia.
Well, the Canadians are making their presence known, but the Studer name. How long have we heard Studer out of Billings from Billings Central? That name?
Year after year after year after decade after decade. It's a long-running family, bloodlines. Caught for a first down there as you take a look at what's happening. Let's go to the Commons replay. Tanner Grove makes the defensive play out of Columbia Falls. Looks like Ryan Simpson of Bozeman is shaken up somewhat. Held on to it. Great play there, a first down for his team, but they're still checking him out on the west sideline.
Well, as we look at the replay again on the Collins replay, Simpson's a guy that really helped Wes Holmquist and his Bozeman High basketball team win a state championship this past year. So congratulations to the Hawks and Wes Holmquist and Mr. Simpson for winning that state title.
You bet. Simpson's shaken up right now as you take a look. And not sure what the injury is, but he's on that west sideline, so they're looking at him over there. And there's an official timeout in the meantime. I mentioned the young man from Canada, Tarek Essa, as being the biggest guy on either football team. He's 6'6", about 285. Ryan Simpson also 6'6", so he's a handful to bring down. He's listed at 185.
Scott, the first update from the telethon for the Shriners Hospital in Spokane, Washington, with our great Shriners here, $9,525 to date. Let's keep that going up and up and up tonight. You can see the number on the screen periodically tonight to call in, donate money. It's all going to the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane, Washington.
Looks like some sort of head injury, maybe a neck injury. The great news is that he's moving, standing and flexing it back and forth. Casey?
See if we can get Casey Conlon over there to get an update. And what kind of suntan is Casey going to get tonight, looking up into this sun all night?
And I don't know where he got those glasses either. But
Hollywood, Casey Conlon.
He's trying to rock them down on the east sideline. Again, clock stopped right now. Late first quarter, 3:27 left. Each team with a touchdown. West missing out on the PAT, which was blocked at about the 9:55 minute mark.
A special thanks tonight goes out to John Saunders, the manager of the state of Montana for the MTN Television Network, now a part of Scripps. Very exciting for you guys, Scott, being a part of that at KTVQ in Billings. And John Saunders is a great supporter of high school athletics, and that's why we're here tonight at Bob Green Field.
No doubt about it. Proud to bring it to you year after year. Now let's go down to Casey Conlon, check on him as Simpson still dinged up. Casey.
Yeah, guys, you can see there's 3 trainers working on him right now. It looks like a clear concussion test. They're looking at his left eye, kind of just above his left eye, asking him questions. It looks like it could be a head injury, and obviously these days you can never be too careful with things like that, especially in an all-star game. They're going to make sure he's all good before giving him any kind of okay to go back in this game.
All right. Thank you, Casey, and we sure wish him the best. We don't want anybody dinged up in these All-Star games, certainly not concussion symptoms. That was Mike Graves on the tackle, but Mitchell Norsline did an excellent job under pressure to get that thing off. I think he connected with Studer from Billings Central. So instead of a loss, it was about a 6-yard gain. It brings up 3rd down and 4 from the 37.
Great players make great plays, and you step up even if you look like it was just a 6-yard gain. Well, it could have been a big loss.
You bet. Norsline hands off this time. Nowhere to go, wrapped up by a host from the west. It was Landers Smith of Charlo. Also headed to Montana Tech on the stop, and boy, watch the defense just string this play out. Nowhere to go for Wyatt Brusman, and he's wrapped up just like that. It forces another punt. We're under the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Punch, counter punch, once for each team. Bob Greenfield in Butte, the campus of Montana Tech. Scott Breen, along with Bruce Parker, Casey Conlon, and Richie Melby down on the sidelines. Thank you for joining us. And for those of you listening to the live stream and watching at montanasports.com, we're glad to have you along. Punts away. That was Brusman on the punt. Nicely done, and it's fair caught just inside the 20-yard line. That's where Zachary Spearoff handles it from Helena High. So one more possession for the West here.
So what you're saying is this could be a worldwide broadcast today.
Well, it is a worldwide broadcast.
That's awesome.
Just depends on where in the world people are watching from. Guam, Haiti, Taiwan, France, Italy, Broadus. We're glad to have everybody along tonight, both on television and online. Thank you for joining MTN.
Well, there's a lot of all-star games in Montana in football. There's a 8-man, there's a 6-man, there's a Class B, there's the Badlands Bowl. This is the one that has the players from all classifications in Montana. That's what's so special about it.
All right, Sentinels, Rylan Ort back in at quarterback. Nice pass out into the flat, caught, approaching a first down. That's Cameron Rothy from Hamilton. Let's go down to Richie Melby now on the west sideline.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We talked about it in the pregame. I like what the West defense looked like at the linebackers, but you see Hamilton coach Bryce Carver right here behind me, the offensive coordinator for Mike Cutler on the west side of things, trying to figure out how to stretch this East defense a little bit to try and get some open room. They forced a fumble, and that's how they got their touchdown early on, but can they get something going offensively down on this end of the field? That's the big question we're waiting to see.
Stretched it out on that last play, and it's McPhee very close to a first down. Chance Larson on the tackle from Webo.
Richie mentioned Bryce Carver, a guy that played in this game out of Beaver Head County High School in Dillon. Went on, had a great high school career, and then played for the Montana Grizzlies. Now he's an outstanding coach from Hamilton. It
was indeed a first down, so from the 30-yard line, here comes the West. With 30 seconds to play, and the clock continues to tick. Under pressure, Ort wrapped up and thrown down. Excellent play there by J.J. Lindsay. Second time we've called his name tonight out of Billings Senior as you look at the Conlon's furniture replay, Bruce.
Yeah, Lindsay just did a great job. He had great movement off the ball. Right at the snap, he was on his way, and they couldn't hold him back up at the line of scrimmage. I really believe tonight that there's not a bunch of stunts and there's not a bunch of double teams. So the defensive linemen have an advantage because these guys are great pass rushers, and we just saw it right there with Lindsay.
Well, it's 2nd and long now, and it looks like the West will just be content to let the clock run out. That'll do it for the first quarter. East in the gold uniforms on top of the West as we head to the second quarter of your 73rd East-West Shrine game here in Montana. We're back in a moment.
Jumbotron for a special tribute. This past year, 3 very special people associated with the Shrine Game, Baghdad Shrine and the City of Butte, passed away. Bob Schulte, Pat Schulte, and Lee LaBreche all passed away this year. On the field are members of the Schulte and LaBreche families. These 3 gentlemen will be greatly missed. The Shrine Game thanks them and their families for all they've done for our game and our community. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a Montana East-West Shrine Game show of appreciation for the Schulte and LaBreche families.
Slide Part 2, featuring the Platinum Band. And this time, we're going to get pumped. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Make sure you're not on top of us. Clap, clap, clap your hands. All right, now, we're going to do the basic step. To the left. Bring it back, y'all.
Welcome back, everybody, to the campus of Montana Tech here in Butte. Your East-West Shrine game from Bob Green Field, the 73rd edition.
Now, we were hoping we were going to get Bob up here tonight.
Bob Green.
Bob Green now, because it's Bob Green Field, and I could do my Bob Green imitation, but it's not him. He's at a wedding. He's a wedding of Breanne McClafferty. Joe, who's a vice chancellor here at Montana Tech, former athletic director, getting married. We wish them and Mr. Hotbaker the best of luck.
Ort takes it out of the shotgun, fires it quickly over the middle to Rothy. That's short of a first down, minimal gain there, and that was on 3rd and long. Rather brings up 3rd and long.
I like the play so far, Scott. I think a lot of energy on both sidelines. Obviously still early in the game, just starting the second quarter here, but these teams are playing very well right now.
Well, last year it went right down to the wire in the dark up in Great Falls, and East won it on that long field goal attempt, the only field goal attempt of the game. 24-21 that final. Ort takes the snap, hands it off this time, give up the middle. Just a conservative play call there on 3rd and about 20, so they'll let the clock burn.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake there with the 3rd and long. And, you know, later tonight, Scott, we're going to have an opportunity to let all the viewers know where next year's Montana East-West Shrine football game will be played.
Right. Dawson Allen and Kyle Torgerson back now to receive, standing for the East at their 35-yard line.
I think it's going to be at your house.
My house.
Yeah, you have such
my
a huge
not
lot.
Big no,
Come
my
on,
yard's not big
come
enough.
on.
Brock Cantrell Field in there to punt now for the West All-Stars. Clean snap, punts off, nice spiral. Sends him back inside the 30. It's fielded by Dawson Allen from Fairfield, who stacked up and run out to the sideline. Pretty good game there. But it was Jace DeWalt out of Missoula Sentinel. Excellent job. Let's go back down to the sideline now in our Casey Conlon.
Hey guys, I'm standing by with new Rocky head football coach Chris Stutzriem. Welcome to your first Shrine game as a head football coach here in Montana.
Yeah, I'm really working hard today. I actually rode shotgun on the way up here, and we went to Meadows and had a nice meal, and got to talk to Coach Delaney for quite a while down here, and it's been fun. Beautiful night.
I think the only thing you're missing is some sunglasses.
Yeah. My dumb self, I left them at home, and I'm thinking, oh, it'll be all right, and I'm sitting here with my hand up in the air the whole time.
Well, I counted on both these rosters. I think 5 guys are coming to Rocky for you in the fall and beyond. How exciting is it to see this level of talent and to get a sneak peek at some of your guys in competition?
Oh, it's huge, you know, and next year and the year after we want to add more and more, and where it's a staple of Rocky guys coming here. But these are all great kids. They're high academic kids, great character. It's been great to see Wyatt Brusman kick the ball through the end zone twice, and so we're really excited for all of them.
I count 4 on the East and 1 on the West. Does that mean you're rooting for the East?
I'm rooting for all of them to stay healthy, play a great game, and get to Rocky here in about 2 weeks untouched.
What a head coach answer. Beautiful.
Yeah,
thank you very much, Chris.
Appreciate it, guys.
Chris Stutzriem, Rocky head coach. Scott and Bruce, back to you guys.
Get him a PR job.
Wow.
Snap is high there, and it's corralled. That's Ryder Meyer who handles it. Does a great job to just hang on. But he's taken down for a loss, and a nice effort there on the defensive side. Tackle made by number 33, Michael Golden from Hamilton, as we take a look at the Conlon's Furniture replay.
Yeah, Ryder Meyer doing a nice job reading the defense of the West and getting some good yardage here. Well, what a great family and their history of high school football and then on to the college ranks. And he's going to be a future Montana Grizzly.
Want to make a quick correction. I misspoke earlier. Lindsay, J.J. Lindsay. I said Billings Senior. That's what the roster that the Shrine folks gave us says. Reads Billings Senior. He's a Billings West graduate. Meyer in trouble again. Finds a way to get out for short yardage, and then he's leveled out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long for your East All-Stars again.
And what has Rob Stanton done at Billings West, Scott, in his short time as the head coach, and let him do a state championship this past year? Here on the Conlon's Furniture replay, we see the great defensive pressure by the West, trying to come up with a big play, but Meyer does a nice job of at least getting something out of it and not taking a loss.
He did, and Lander Smith there from Charlotte was in on the play as well there to help close it out. So 3rd and 32, 3rd and 14, I should say, from the 32-yard line. In motion, Dawson Allen. Oh, bad snap again, and boy, Meyer's just going to, boy, he scoops it up. I thought he'd just try to fall on it. Look at the play he's trying to make. Wow. Ran about 40 yards to gain just a few. It'll bring up 4th down, but what an effort. Michael Golden on the tackle out of Hamilton. Let's take another look on the Conlon's Furniture replay.
Yeah, you think Ryder and Father Les don't spend time in the backyard working on plays like that?
You know what's terrific is that they didn't give up on the play. The offensive lineman, I mean, you see another block coming up here. I believe from number 61, that was Maverick McKinley out of Geraldine. And boom, right there. Affords Meyer an opportunity to pick up about 10 more yards after what would have been about a 20-yard loss. Snaps handled, punt end over end, high up just past midfield. It'll take a hop backwards in favor of the East, and it's down by the big man, Walker Heckman from Fairfield. 265 pounds, not planning to attend college. What's in store for him? I'll tell you what's in store for us coming up next. We're right back in the second quarter. East on top.
And how about moving to Great Falls, where we see a couple more future Montana Tech ore diggers? How about Tucker Greenwald out of the C.M. Russell High School, and the Rustlers have an outstanding football tradition. Kara and Brian Torgeson, his mom and dad, and he is an engineering major. Another one of those engineers. He'll probably have a pocket protector. And also out of Great Falls High School, Kyle Torgeson, the son of Tammy and Brian Torgeson. I don't know what this is, Scott, but interdisciplinary arts and science at Montana Tech. It sounds tough.
It does.
It's an impressive title, if anything.
Trying to keep people in check, maybe. All right, West takes over near midfield. Just over 12 minutes left to play before halftime. Rylan Ort drops back, fires deep, had a man who'd beaten the defender. That was number 35 defending for the East All-Stars, Duncan Kraft out of Billings Central. Carver Gilman, the intended receiver from Whitefish.
Kraft, a part of the state championship team for
Anthony
Coach
Jones,
Stanton.
I should say. Jones, the intended receiver. So that brings up 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line.
State champions last year, boy, they came from all over the state, but a couple out of Billings, Billings West and Billings Central, both winning state titles from A and Class AA.
Ort calls for the snap, gets it, hands it off. Nice defensive play at the line. We've called his name before tonight, and he's back. That's J.J. Lindsay from Billings West. He's having a great night.
Yeah, we've mentioned his name quite a bit, and now we can mention it at the right school, which is we finally corrected that. Thanks for whoever called in. But Lindsay's done a nice job, and as we said, a state champion.
Well, the roster here says, if it is correct, that he's headed to your old stomping grounds, Bruce, Carroll College.
Play for a new coach, who we hope will have on tonight with Richie Melby.
3rd and 13 for the West All-Stars, dressed in the dark uniforms, the red. Ort back, scrambling, runs out of room, finding some space, almost gets the first down. He's down to the 45-yard line. The clock will continue to run. Excellent defensive play there. Guess who? Lindsey again. J.J. Lindsey. He's all over tonight.
Well, right now I'm giving him Defensive Player of the Game.
Right now, if we
he's
voted.
the leading candidate for that. But, you know, a long way to go. It's warm here tonight in Butte. We'll try to get you a temperature on the field. You know, it's a lot warmer with that artificial turf. But what a beautiful stadium here at Bob Green Field.
So a decision to be made here. It's 4th and 2 on the 45-yard line. Hey, it's an all-star game. They're going to go for it, or are they going to quick kick? What do you think?
I'd like to hope that they're going to go for it.
It's an all-star game. Let's go for it, fellas. And they do. Handoff. Outside. Running room. There he goes. Blake Counts from Flathead. Barreling over the defense. He's down to almost the 30-yard line. Big 4th down call and a big 1st down for the West.
Now, you think Counts didn't have a lot to do with the Braves getting to the state championship AA game. They had an outstanding running game with the Flathead Braves under Coach Kyle Sampson. And here we look at the Conlins replay. So a 1st down, they take a little gamble and it pays off.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here we go. Pass out into the flat is caught. Brock Cantrell Field from Missoula Sentinel. Down close to a 1st down. We'll see where they mark it. Inside the 25-yard line. Conlins Furniture replay. Ort fires. And here comes Cantrell Field. Look at him. They're still deciding on the spot here. And they call it a 1st down. Back-to-back 1st down plays for the West All-Stars.
Yeah, moving the ball a little bit, trying to get back into that lead. They scored first tonight after a turnover, and the East came right back, got a turnover, and scored on their own. So they lead at 7-6 on the Town Pump scoreboard.
1st and 10, Ort, handoff, wrapped up. Boy, that was Counts trying to find room. He had no chance. Lindsey again with an excellent tackle.
Now, is there anybody else on the defensive line right now, Scott, playing? Lindsey is all over the field. Makes a great play here. Uses his hands and his quickness to make that stop.
Excellent play there. Defensive player of the 1st half, no doubt about it. Here we go. 2nd now and long, 13 yards to go from the 27-yard line. Under 10 minutes to play before half. Ort out of the shotgun. Has a man in the flat, leads him nicely. It's incomplete. There's a flag on the field. Could be holding.
You know, for this being an all-star game, Scott, we haven't seen many penalties thus far tonight. It's been a good, clean game. Been some great hitting, big defensive plays, and a couple turnovers.
Well, they're still sorting it out, but yeah, it sure looked like holding from up here.
Not sure if referee...
Holding, 65, offense, 10 yards, still 2nd down.
I was just going to say, I don't know if Shane Shaw is still mic'd up. He's our white hat tonight out of Helena, Montana. As we mentioned, these guys are all-star-like officials, and then they volunteer and they send all their nominations in, and the committee decides on who's going to officiate tonight. So these are officials that have earned their way here, and the nice part about it is they donate their money. They do it for free.
Keegan Wold out of Whitefish whistled there for the holding call.
A little over $9,000, Scott, coming in thus far in the telethon, and we'll get you up to date here as we get our next phone call.
So 2nd and 26 now from the 40-yard line. Ort draws back under pressure. Nice call there to Counts, who's wrapped up and brought down. This time it's number 37, J.R. Sewell. Out of Cutbank, screen right up the middle, but watch the defensive pursuit. East stays home. There he is. Sewell with a great effort there. So that brings up another, it'll be 3rd, and well, they haven't marked it off yet.
You know,
But it's going to be about 26.
I like a screen there. You know, the pressure has been so great from the defensive line that maybe you try to have them back off a little bit by throwing a screen pass.
Sure.
That time it didn't work.
So 3rd and 23 now from the 37. West trailing by a point in the red jerseys. Let's try to get half this back. at least. Orts under pressure in the backfield. Excellent defensive play there. Richie Melby talked to us down on the sidelines earlier. Brody Grebe out of Melstone with the tackle. Richie talked to us about the West defense. I'll tell you what, the East is showing up.
Yeah, the East is, when you look at Grebe, as you look at the reaction there, and Grebe's, I would go out on a limb and say maybe one of the finest all-around athletes in the state of Montana this past year.
You bet. And he's out of Melstone. He actually played football this season for Roundup.
That was a nice little get there for Roundup.
Yep, and he's going to go to a prep school back east now. Already has had a football scholarship offer from Yale. He's a 4-point student. Outstanding ACT score. So the West will kick it away on 4th down. Looked like somebody got a piece of it. Hard to tell from up here staring straight into the sun, but either way, not a very deep punt. Brock Cantrell Field kicks it away. East takes over when we come back, and they lead it by 1 right now.
And how about out of the capital city in Helena, Montana, from Helena Capital, Art Greel is in this ball game tonight. He's a future Montana Tech ore digger. He is the son of Heather and Jim Greel of Helena, and he is going to major in biology at Montana Tech and play for Coach Chuck Morrell. And also out of the Bengals in Helena High School, Ty McGurin had an outstanding season for the Bengals. He is the son of Jackie and Mark, and he will major in engineering. Another pocket protect guy that's going to probably make more than the President of the United States when he gets out from Montana Tech. Scott mentioned a couple times our big sponsor tonight for this ball game is Montana Tech, and we thank Joe McClafferty, the Vice Chancellor, along with Matt Steppen, the Athletic Director, and the entire campus here at Montana Tech.
All right, so the East goes back to work. Under pressure, Norsline wrapped up and brought down. Great effort there on defense by Zach Pletcher, the Columbia Falls graduate, as he chased him down. We go to the Conlins Furniture replay. Here's a piece of it, the block punt right there.
And then we'll come
Logan
right
Kennedy
back
gets
with the
a hand on it. Logan Kennedy out of Laurel High School. Second time we've called his name. And then tonight, Norsline under pressure here on the very next play, wrapped up and thrown down by Zach Pletcher. Defense continuing to get the job done here at Bob Green Field in Butte.
Well, it was great to hear from Coach Stutzream, who's come into Rocky and done an amazing job. He spent 2 years on Jason Petrino's staff, went off to a school in Oklahoma, and is back as the head coach. And what a great guy he is to work with, and I think he'll do wonderful things with Rocky Mountain College and that football program.
No question about it. So now a 3rd and 19 on the 28-yard line.
I mean, he's a brand new coach, and he's already let you guys mic him at practice.
Right.
So
it's terrific.
A lot of coaches won't do that.
We always enjoy them when they make time for us. And so many events and sports to get out and cover, from high school, boys, girls, cross country, golf coming up here, volleyball, soccer. You're looking at the East-West Shrine Game, 73rd edition. Norsline fires over the middle into traffic, deflected, and almost intercepted. That'll bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the East.
Scott, can we say enough about the Shriners? And not just here in Butte. They do a wonderful job here. We'll take a look at the tip on the Conlin Furniture replay. But these Shriners do such a great job, and it's not just 1 week where they work on this thing. It's all year. And special thanks to all the guys wearing the fezzes tonight.
Cale McCarthy with the deflection there. Norsline really did a nice job to unload that ball. He's from Lewistown, and I think one of 3 Lewistown All-Stars on the rosters tonight. Punt, bit of a line drive, fielded dangerously. It was touched. There's a flag, and it looks like the East has recovered the football. I don't know what the flag would be if they maybe thought the defender touched the offensive player before he touched the ball, or what, but we'll take a look and let them sort it out. East did recover it.
Yeah, that's all I can think it would be. That was the only thing around the football.
Yeah, it didn't look like he made contact to me. It looked like the West player fielded the punt, or at least had hands on it before he was hit. We'll see there are 2 flags on the field.
So here once again we see that special teams are making differences in this ball game, and they've mostly been punts and fumbled punts.
If so, this would be the 3rd turnover of the night. 2 by the West, 1 with the East, and the first 2 turnovers led to touchdowns on the very next play. We'll wait for the call here, and then we'll show you a look at the replay, decide what they sort out. Is Shane Shaw, the white cap from Helena. And as you mentioned earlier, Bruce, in the broadcast, these officials are selected for this game, and they volunteer their time.
It's a big commitment for all the people that work on this. That's why I'm excited to be able to announce where this game's going to be next year. But, as they say in a lot of those game shows, after this break, but we'll do it in the second half, and I'm sure this game will be right down to the wire tonight.
Still no official indication. Shaw is signaling something toward the East All-Stars. I don't know if it is a penalty or if it's possession. Could be offsetting penalties, in which case they'd re-kick, as they still discuss it. We've been underway for a couple minutes here. West offense is out there.
This is where you play the Jeopardy music. Keep the crowd kind of into it. You know, we have a football Hall of Famer in our booth tonight. Neil Peterson just went into the Big Sky Conference Football Officials Hall of Fame, which to me means that he was yelled at a lot of years by a lot of people in the stands in both Bozeman and Missoula. No, a great official Neil was, and did Frontier, did high school, and also did Big Sky Conference, and we're just happy he could join us here tonight.
All right, so it looks like they're marking it back, far back, in the likelihood that it'll be a re-kick, a re-punt here. But I'm eager to hear the explanation.
During the kick, personal foul, face mask, kicking team, 15 yards previous spot, re-kick.
All right, let's take a look at the number to call for donation. There's your explanation from Shane Shaw. You can donate today at mtshrinegame.org, or you can call the number on your screen, 1-800, actually it's 1-833-995-0960. And again, MTN, Montana Television Network, a proud sponsor. We're glad to bring you this both over TV waves and online as well at montanasports.com, where it's streaming. Thanks for being with us tonight. And again, Bruce, the money raised from this game, year after year, they've approached $1 million over the last 10 years. The Montana Shriners have, and all that money stays in-house, correct?
It does. It goes to the Shrine Hospital in Spokane, Washington, which where unfortunately the kids that do get hurt and need help from Montana do go there. And their main goals are orthopedic and burn. And there's 17 Shrine hospitals across the country doing remarkable work.
All right, Brusvin kicks it away. He got shoved after the kick right in front of Shaw. There was no call there, so didn't make contact during the kick. But let's take a look. Let's go back to another replay, and we'll show you the damage that's your front runner for Defensive Player of the Game's doing. J.J. Lindsay wraps him up, throws him down. That was Ord on the receiving end, and then there goes Blake Counts at the hands of Lindsay again. Look at the terrific camera work from our folks behind the lenses tonight. J.J. Lindsay of Billings West, a terrific effort here in the first half. His team out to a 1-point lead as both touchdowns were scored in the first quarter off of turnovers.
Yeah, you know, we talked about, you think this will be a high-scoring game. You know, a lot of these all-star games are you just never know. I mean, sometimes they're high scoring, sometimes they're 6-3.
Pass out in the flat now. That's Cameron Rothy from Hamilton on the receiver.
You know, and what has Hamilton done to turn their football program and their fortunes around? I believe they got to the state championship this year, Scott. Am I right there against Billings Central?
Yeah, Kaysen Taylor, a CMR with the tackle there as well. So another nice defensive play, Bruce. And it's just, you talk about high-scoring shootouts and whatnot. Last year it was 24-21. In years past, it's been pretty lopsided at times. Not so tonight. Handoff up the middle for a short gain. It's number 28, Preston Blaine from Glacier. Headed to Montana State, not to play football, just for school.
There's one of the football all-stars tonight going to MSU Billings to play basketball for Coach Mick Durham and to run track. So what a great athlete. That's Mr. Epperly.
Anders Epperly. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3 from the 43-yard line. We're under 6 minutes to play before half. In at quarterback, Jaden McNeil of Flathead. Oh, there's a bobbled snap. Counts is there to scoop it up. Leans toward the first down. I don't think he got there. Here's the replay. McNeil had it for a moment, went to hand it off, and it's like the football's got butter all over it tonight.
Yeah, it took a nice bounce to Counts, though.
Ryan Wyman from Sydney with the tackle there. And Counts wants the play call in now. He's like, let's get this thing moving. Come on, it's 4th and 1. He wants to go for it. They're at the 46-yard line. It's less than 1. It's 4th and about 6 inches from our vantage point up here.
And as we said before, Scott, it's an all-star game. Go for it.
No, well, not unless they fake it. Here we go. Looks like the punt team's out there. Brock Cantrell Field from Sentinel. Now they're going to talk about it. And play clock was winding down, so they'll charge a timeout to the west. We'll take one with them when we come back on your Town Pump scoreboard. East hanging on to a 7-6 lead.
And you've heard the name quite a bit tonight, J.R. Seawald out of Cutbank High School. Well, this is where he'll be playing his college football for Coach Chuck Morrell and the Montana Tech Oardiggers, son of Happy and Jim Seawald out of Cutbank, and he is going to major in business. He's going to represent all those engineers, and they'll all make a whole bunch of money when they graduate.
Why not? Why not? Hey, we mentioned a moment ago, Richie was trying to chase down on the sidelines Coach Purcell, Troy Purcell, and Richie has learned that he's not actually in attendance tonight. He'd been told that the likelihood was high that Troy would be here, but he is not, at least not at the moment. So if he stumbles onto him, I know he'll chain him down and garner a few words from him. So there it is, handoff to Counts. They decide after setting up to punt, they call a timeout, does the West, go for it, and he's short. He lost yardage on that play.
Oh, tough play. I like the call. The result not good for the West. And
it's another East defensive stand, though.
Yeah, it
and
was.
Really, that's what it's turned into, with the exception of 2 touchdowns tonight. One was a big play over the middle. The other was a quarterback keeper. Eli Kraft from Laurel on the stop there as the West gives up possession inside its own territory at the 45-yard line.
Still plenty of time in this second quarter. Well, you know, with Casey Conlon and Richie Melby on the sideline. If they're here, those guys would find them. Boy, outstanding guys to have down there tonight.
Well, they're both wearing shades. Pretty soon they'll both be wearing jackets when the sun sets here.
Yeah,
it gets chilly right now in the Butte area, and last night the wind was whipping, and I'll go from sunglasses to jackets just like that. Looks like Myers back in at quarterback. He was there for the first play of the game. I haven't seen him there since. Keeps it on the outside, picks up a few yards. It'll be 2nd and long as he's shoved out inside the 45-yard line. Richie Melby on the sidelines. Your ears are burning. What do you have for us?
Well, you guys keep talking about defense, so I had to go track somebody down that knows maybe more than anybody about defense. Chuck Morrell, Montana Tech head football coach. Wow, this is fun from your perspective.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's obviously a beautiful evening and on our campus here, and I was just really proud to be able to be a part of this great game.
Once again, we thank Montana Tech for the huge donation that they made to this for the Shriners Hospital for Children. But you guys have 18 kids coming in that are playing on this right now. I think Bruce mentioned that earlier. The most out of anybody that's on the roster, and you've got to be excited knowing some of those names that are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we work really hard to recruit the best that we can find in Montana, and we're being well represented tonight by not only some great athletes, but just great all-around young men that are going to do great things in the classroom for us as well.
Those Frontier Conference football media days coming up pretty quick here at the end of the summer as well. Some new faces in the room. Casey Conlon already talked to Coach Stutzream out of Rocky Mountain College. Kind of fun for you to just get some of that new blood coming in?
Well, I'm finding out I'm the old guy now. I mean, I've been around that long, so it's cool. I think that's one thing is that the Frontier Conference is full of outstanding football coaches and outstanding football programs, and so it'll be exciting like always.
I have to let this go before I have to agree with you being the old guy. Scott, I don't want that on camera anywhere.
Well thought out there. Ryder Meyer lobs one up. He's got a man deep. Wow, what a catch for the East All-Stars. It's inbounds. Dawson Allen from Fairfield. Jace DeWalt from Sentinel keeps him from scoring. Let's take a couple looks at the replay, the Commons Furniture replay, Bruce.
Yeah, Dawson Allen has had a couple nice catches tonight, and that's a Fairfield student athlete. He played for Coach Meyer and won a state championship. He knows how to win. He knows how to make big plays. And this might have been one of the bigger plays of the game, and it puts him in great shape for a few more points, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown.
Well, it was a Fairfield connection. Again, Mitchell Norsline from Fergus has seen most of the snaps in the first half for your East All-Stars. He's got their only touchdown on a keeper from the 1-yard line. Play clock inside 4 seconds, down to 3, and they're going to have to call a timeout. Will the East? It's granted. They just didn't get a play there in time. Ryder Meyer says, you know what, let's take a timeout. We'll talk it over, and when they take the snap, it'll be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Clock stops with under 4 minutes left. 73 years of this East-West Shrine All-Star game here in Montana. And again, if you missed it earlier, it's the oldest continuous running high school All-Star football game in the United States. Been doing it every year since 1947. Competing to raise money and awareness of basically 2 things: expert orthopedic care and expert burn care at the Shriners Hospital for Children in Spokane. Let's go back down to the sidelines now and Casey Conlon.
Yeah, guys, we talked about it earlier. That was Fairfield to Fairfield, from Ryder Meyer to Dawson Allen. That was the connection they tried to make on the first play of the game when they went end around and tried to throw it deep before it got called back on the penalty. So this one stands as they're now back in the red zone.
Well, there it is. Ryder Meyer's mother or personal photographer. Either way, Meyer on the back. She's down at the goal line ready to snap shots.
Ryder
Meyer
in Missoula next year.
Keeps it into the end zone, ran right toward the camera that we just showed you. Another touchdown for your East All-Stars. They lead at 13-6, PAT pending.
Yeah, great call by Coach Meyer. And he's got a lot of faith in the quarterback right now. They're coming right at us here with this replay.
Look at him. Trips, slips, gets up. Nice effort there on the tackle. Just a little too late for Tanner Grove at Columbia Falls. So here we come. Wyatt Brusman of Shelby, the Rocky recruit. He'll kick for the Battling Bears. Gets it off cleanly, and it's 14-6. After trailing 6-0 early in this game, East responds with 14 unanswered points. Let's go back to the Conlins Furniture replay. This is just fun to watch. Bruce?
Yeah, I love this. Look at the athletic ability of Mr. Meyer, and he gets up. And he had some great blocking up front with the offensive linemen for that East squad. I've been very impressed with both lines tonight, defense and offensive lines, and those are tough positions to come in a few short days and get ready for a game like this, where they're supposed to block, who they're supposed to block, and they've been good tonight.
Well, take a look again, this game being played to raise money, as I mentioned a moment ago, for the Shriners Children's Hospital over in Spokane. If you'd like to donate, there's your information, and we'll give it to you again tonight throughout the game, but mtshrinegame.org online makes it easy for you, or you can call the number there, 1-833-995. Look at there, a couple of Shriners there as we speak of the folks who do a great job of helping out both across the state, really. You know, a handful of golf tournaments to help raise money, and they've raised almost 1,000, check it, in the last 10 years, almost $1 million for that children's hospital in Spokane.
Well, last night, Scott, at the banquet, a number of Shrine clubs from around the state, Flathead, Fort Benton, were bringing checks in for $10,000, $15,000 for what goes in this fund tonight for this Shrine football game. And it was so neat. The crowd gave them a standing ovation from these other towns that have participated. And we encourage everybody to participate in this. And you can call tonight. Scott's giving you the phone number. That last count, we were close to $10,000 on tonight's telethon.
All right, so it's an end-over-end squib kick down. Right up the gut. Uh-oh, there's running room. There's running room. Not quite enough, but a nice... Look at... Oh, now he's lost the ball. Recovered. It's the second effort that cost him there. Excellent job of recovery there by the East All-Stars. So that's the third turnover of the night for the West. And on the recovery is Kyle Torgerson from Great Falls High. Preston Blaine brought down. Was his knee down? They're not going to review it. There's no replay here. But as you take another look.
Doesn't mean we can't look at it, right?
No, heck no. It's bang-bang plays out there. Here, this will give us an indication.
Yeah, we just talked about Torgerson being a future Montana Tech Ore-Digger, and now he makes a big play.
And that's a fumble. His knee was not down.
Oh, good call there by the officials.
So East right back in business after scoring less than a minute ago. Hand off.
Scott, I just feel like we need to say good things about the officials tonight with Neal standing behind us.
It's intimidating. That was Jack Studer on the carry, tackled by Mike Graves, the Hamilton product. So that brings up second and about 6 or 7.
Studer out of Billings Central.
Mm-hmm. Norsline back in the game at quarterback. Mitchell Norsline from Fergus. Drops back, looks over the middle, not much open for him. Fires to the end zone. What a catch, and they call it a touchdown. How about that touch? Joe Byorth from Billings Central hauls it in.
And Byorth, who's just a tremendous all-around student athlete, and a great catch here for him. Played on the state championship football and basketball team. Byorth, a big play tonight with the great catch.
Stretches it out, and yeah, he's got state championship pedigree. Just a terrific athlete, great catch. And again, the touch on the ball from Norsline was terrific. You know where Byorth's going to college? No. You get 80 players on the roster, 82 players to keep track of. I don't expect you to know all of them. He's going to Auburn.
Not to play football.
Not to play football, but he's going to
10
Auburn.
10 yards from the flag. Repeat the down, second down.
Flag on the field that we did not see. They wave off the touchdown. And it's now first and long. Check it, second and long. They'll call it second and about 20 yards. Here's the reaction. Look at, there goes the touchdown. And Byorth is like, are you kidding me? Maybe they'll go to him again. You know they'll try to get him the ball. That's him in motion now, Joe Byorth.
Well, they've shown some great success through the air tonight.
Okay, Ryder Myers out in the flat there. Norsline, the quarterback, looks over the middle. He's pressured. He's got a little bit of running room. Fires deep. His man cut right. He thought he'd go left. They were just off the page together. It was nearly intercepted. Cale McCarthy from Butte High was there. You see a look at him. He thinking, you know what, I could have done some damage with that. The intended receiver was Logan Kennedy from Laurel High.
We haven't seen much of that tonight. They've only had, I think they came in Sunday. Their first practice was Monday. They've gone 3-a-days all week. They haven't had a lot of time on those timing routes like that and making the right cuts. So there we saw a little bit of that.
Well, East All-Stars go from touchdown to 3rd down and 20. Nor's line at quarterback. Ryder Meyer to his left. 3 wide receivers. Pass all the way. Under pressure. Nor's line goes down. Looked like somebody could have caught his face mask, but Shaw, the official from Helena, was standing right there. So no call. It'll go down as a sack, and that'll bring up 4th and long. A host of West All-Stars. Nick Schmeiler from St. Francis. He's one of the Canadians from Nova Scotia. As you take a look at him.
Yeah, you say that 10 times.
Yeah, Nova Scotia.
Boy, the Canadians have made their presence tonight.
They have, both on defense. There they go, leading the way. Nicely done. So that's that's huge, Bruce, because it goes from a 1-score game to a 2-score game when the East got into the end zone on the Byorth catch. That's wiped off due to penalties, so West dodges a giant bullet, keeps it a 1-score game, and now with under 2 minutes left, East is forced to punt again.
Yeah, they knocked them back far enough, and nice defensive stand by the West, even though they had some help from a penalty.
It was. Fair caught by Zachary Spearoff of Helena High. He's headed to Carroll College. And again, if you'd like to donate, these players are out here on behalf of the Shrine Game. They had a chance to go, of the children, they had a chance to go meet some of the children. There's a young girl, an ambassador, who we'll meet at halftime tonight. Just a darling. And they're raising money for specifically the Shriners Hospital for Children in Spokane and the 2 expert cares that are specialized there, orthopedic and burn care. So if you'd like to donate, you can log on there online, mtshrinegame.com, or you can call the phone number. 1st and 10 for the West from its own 10-yard line with under 2 minutes to play in the half. Quick out pass, Ort finds Cameron Rothy. Rothy keeps himself in bounds just enough to pick up the 1st down. And that'll move the chains. Defensive play there by Duncan Kraft from Billings Central. All sorts of Billings Central kids popping up suddenly.
Yeah, we look here at the Conlon Furniture replay, but West has got to be careful. There's not much time left. They don't want to create a turnover, but that was a good smart play and a good throw.
Yeah, Rothy gets out of bounds, picks up the 1st. 2nd and 10 now from the 21-yard line. Still a long way to go for the West, but it did stop the clock getting out of bounds. Here we go. Quick handoff fake. That's a forward pass. East defenders always told you get after that ball until you hear the whistle.
That's exactly right. Coaches teach you that and drill it into your head in practice, and nice job there by the East.
So that brings up so they came in. All right, it's 3rd and 4 now. 3rd and 4 for the West. Just over $1:30 to play in the half. West trailing by 8. Rylan Ort from Missoula Sentinel at quarterback. Been there most of the night. He'll keep it. They'll just try to burn some clock here.
Now, does Coach Meyer take a timeout, try to get the football back?
I would.
And maybe get some more points. That's right.
All-star game. Brody Grebe again on the tackle from Melstone. And again, he played his football this year at Roundup. Had a terrific season for them. But he's going to prep school for both football and basketball back east, kind of between Boston and New York. I had a chance to talk to his dad this morning at breakfast, Jason Grebe. And Brody's off to prep school. We'll take a look at the number again if you'd like to donate. Or the online donation, mtshrinegame.org. Well, what do you do? Timeout's taken. So clearly the East wants to score again. It's an all-star game. Again. Let's have some fun. Haven't heard from Casey or Richie in a while. I believe they're going to try to catch coaches at halftime. One exiting to our left, the other to the right. Or they're just down there trading sunglasses.
Yeah.
That sun's starting to set now.
Well, I see like a lounge chair down there on Casey's side. He might be trying to get some sun here.
Yeah. He's down there by the cheerleaders. The young cheerleader. Look at him, huh? Come on, Casey, give us a YMCA.
Hey, Scott, I really enjoyed the ride up here in the KTVQ car, and hear stories about Casey Conlon as a golfer, one of the outstanding golfers in Billings.
He's a terrific player. I think he's about a 4 handicap right now.
I'm a little worried. I heard who his partner is in the upcoming Briarwood Tangle. And
well, here's the deal, though. I tell people that Casey actually works at the golf course in Billings. And just stops by Q2 once in a while to knock out a story here and there. So it's as low as his handicap is.
Now, anywhere from a 1 to a 4, depending on when you catch him, and that's pretty amazing.
All right, we're back in a terrific punt. Are you kidding me? Near his goal line, he jacks it all the way down inside the 20 at the opposite end. Terrific punt there. So the West has pinned back the East inside a minute and about a minute 8 to play.
It kind of takes them out of field goal or scoring range right now, but great job by special teams. And Coach Cutler's squad has played well here tonight. This has been a fun game, and we've seen a lot of philosophies from head coaches in this game. You know, there's a lot of great assistant coaches that are in this game as well tonight, also volunteering their time, and we got to meet all of them last night at the banquet.
Yeah, no question about it. And a fun side note on the 2 head coaches, Les Meyer from Fairfield and Mike Cutler from Flint Creek. They're both also superintendents of their schools.
They be the boss.
So there you go.
And Mike Cutler played his college football at Montana Western before going to Missoula Big Sky as an assistant coach, and then coming down to make and win a state championship.
All right, first down for the East in gold uniforms. Mitchell Norsline, the quarterback, just keeps it. I have a feeling that was designed to just burn a little clock, but he picked up quite a bit of yardage there. That was Spencer Jones on the tackle from Florence Carlton, runs him out of bounds. Nice cut back there. Eyes line then.
Yeah, and he stayed in bounds, and I'm sure they want to get the clock down and out so they can go into halftime.
No, he ran out of bounds. They stopped the clock.
He did. I thought they said he was down before he went out of bounds.
They may have said that, but the clock has stopped. They can't keep us down. So a minute 3 left in the first half. East on the move. Norsline keeps it again. Still has room. He is brought down inbounds this time, as we're now under a minute to play. That was Cameron Rouser from Townsend on the tackle. You see the Conlon's Furniture replay on this one. They're just go Norsline, Norsline, Norsline on this drive. And the clock does continue to run now. 40 seconds and counting. Second and short for the East. They'll just burn more. Now the clock has stopped and the officials confer just inside the 35-yard line.
Looking forward to those interviews going out at halftime with the 2 head coaches, with Casey and Richie. Hopefully they can get them. These coaches are in a good mood tonight. You know, this is a great honor to be here, and they're having some fun.
All 3 touchdowns tonight have come off of turnovers. All 3 touchdowns. So while they were offensive touchdowns, they were all 3 forced by the defenses, and it's been a terrific outing on that side of the ball. Never did get an explanation on why the clock stopped, but it's running again. Norsline throws. Looks like it was complete. We're staring into the sun. Did he? Yeah, they're going to call that complete. Let's go to the Commons Furniture replay.
Yeah, it's a nice catch. And they took their time making the call. I like an official crew that takes their time, comes out.
That was Byorth
make
again.
It quick.
Byorth, who caught the touchdown pass in spectacular fashion, makes another great catch there. Clock running. We're now 20 seconds. Whistles blow. Maybe a false start. Maybe a timeout. Now there's a flag on the field.
Yeah, they're trying to get one back for Byorth since that last touchdown got called back.
False start. 59 offense. 5 yards. First down.
Call there from Shane Shaw. Helena, the white hat tonight. Marty Derrick's wearing the red hat. You ever heard of Marty Derrick?
Marty Derrick.
Tell the people what the red hat. Yeah, after this play, tell people what the red hat's in charge of.
I got you.
For those at home who don't know, Norsline over the middle has a man in the flat. Nice defensive play there. On the reception, that was Riley Dickinson of Great Falls Central. Ryan Terrell from Sacred Hearts on the tackle. And that's going to do it for the first half. We'll talk about the red hat in the second half, but right now they'll go to the break in the respective locker rooms. East on a 14-0 run, 14 unanswered points. all turnovers. And what's been your take on the first half, Bruce?
Well, I liked it. It wasn't sloppy. It was very cleanly played. There were 3 turnovers, and each of the teams that got the turnover scored touchdown. And we're going to go down on the sideline. I'm not sure if it's Richie or Casey, but let's go down to our guys. Casey Conlon.
Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, we're here with East head coach Les Meyer. And, Coach, you have the lead at halftime. I know not everything goes the way to plan, but that's always nice.
Yeah, I guess that's all that matters is on the scoreboard right at this point in time. Our defense has held us up pretty good. Obviously, a lot of times defenses are ahead of the offenses in an all-star game, and that's probably the case on both sides of the ball. Both sides have made some mistakes, and we just need to clean some things up. Sometimes we're a little bit getting ahead of ourselves, maybe thinking a little bit too much, and we just got to get back to basics and fundamentals and execute from the offensive side point anyway.
Ryder gets in the end zone. How proud were you of that? I know this is your last game together for you guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud. I guess probably we'll think about that a little bit more after the game, but yeah. I mean, we need to be able to change some things up, and obviously that was good. That worked. So
the flexibility on offense, on defense for guys who play multiple positions kind of all throughout their careers, does that help you in a game like this?
Yeah, especially you don't have a lot of depth, and we have another receiver down, we have a lineman down, and so you got to be able to move those. And those guys are sharp; they pick things up pretty quick. They're all seniors, or going to be freshmen. You're not dealing with incoming freshmen or a sophomore in high school. These guys have played a little bit of football, so it makes it a little bit easier to adjust on the fly, things of that nature.
Well, good luck. Go talk to them. Right, thanks very much, Coach. That was Les Meyer, East head coach. We're going to send it back upstairs.
All right, we'll catch Mike Cutler, head coach of the West, coming out to start the second half. In the meantime, defense tonight here at Montana Tech. We're back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody, as you take a look at where to donate if you'd like to help us out. Your 73rd annual East-West Shrine football game. The all-star players playing for burn victims and those who need young children orthopedic care at the Shriners Hospital over in Spokane. And through the last 10 years, they've raised almost $1 million. Not they in Spokane, we in Montana. And our money goes to Spokane because that's the nearest regional hospital for Shriners children. So that's just terrific. 40 players on each squad, including a couple from Canada.
Yeah, Scott, I think what the Shrine Hospital does in Spokane, Washington, probably has touched most of us in Montana some way or another. A relative, a member of your family, a friend of yours from school that has had to go to use the Shrine Hospital facilities and the people there. It doesn't cost them a dime. But it's also run by events like this that can raise money for the Shrine Hospital, and that's why this is so important tonight. You can call in on the number you see on the screen, or you can get on the World Wide Web with You could tell me that one, Scott.
Oh,
But
MTShrineGame.org.
there's so many ways to give tonight, and there's a lot of Shriners sitting by phones right now, waiting for your phone call to donate tonight to this wonderful cause. And I don't know if you've been to Spokane and you've seen the Shriners Hospital. Amazing.
Well, no question about it. And again, the cause for kids, you think, boy, it's not going to happen to me. And the next thing you know, it does. An accident, a burn. And that's where they patch them back up. You see a couple of the Shriners there who dedicate all sorts of time, front and center. And they've got their sunglasses on, just like Richie Melby and Casey Conlon. You and I are still up here in the press box with this sun is just baking on us. Again, I feel like an ant under a magnifying glass up here. But these are the big donors pregame tonight. These funds raised by all sorts of golf tournaments around the state of Montana. And if you'd like to get involved, feel free, have at it. Contact your local Shriners. But activities that they hosted, whether they were golf tournaments or not, Western Montana Shrine Club in Missoula raised $10,000. The Shrine Club up in Calgary, $7,500 to the Spokane Hospital in the name of tonight's game. Flathead Golf Shootout in Kalispell, over $11,000 from their annual golf tournament. And the Kahuna Golf Shootout, the East-West Kahuna, right here in Butte, over $15,000 raised. That's just this year. Throughout the year, much of it from golf tournaments, early summer, spring. And the Powerhouse Saloon up in Fort Benton holds an annual fundraiser for the Shrine Game. They've delivered a check for $10,000 tonight.
How about that out of Fort Benton, Montana?
Right.
Amazing,
right.
And that's what it takes. It takes you out there to step up.
Size of the community does not matter. Size of the heart does. We're at halftime of your East-West Shrine Game from Montana Tech's campus here in Butte. Second half approaching. Right now it's East over the West, 14-6. We're back after this.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody, to the campus of Montana Tech tonight. You hear the music. Maybe we just listen to that through the rest of halftime, right? They're jamming away here at the Montana Shrine Game. East leads it 14-6.
Their music and tech here at Bob Green Field, Alumni Coliseum, is always great.
Yeah.
I love coming here because they know how to do a show.
Elton John. I get a point for the name of the artist.
I didn't know that was going on.
I get a point for the song. I'm up 2-0. 2-zip, baby. So if you'd like to donate, please feel free to do so. And before the break there, we rattled off a handful of Montana communities that have combined to raise thousands of dollars in the neighborhood of about $50,000 or above already this year alone. So if you'd like to donate or get a function together, anywhere in Montana. Doesn't matter the size of the community. Give your local Shriners a call, see what you can do, or log on online to see. But that's what tonight's football game is all about, raising money for kids, young kids. They don't have to pay a dime at the Children's Hospital in Spokane. So
now when you see those little motorcycles in parades and you see the guys wearing the fezzes, cheer them, because they do remarkable things, the Shriners in the state of Montana and around the country. As we said, 17 Shriners hospitals in the United States.
Well, and this year's child patient ambassador is Emmeline Musson. And Emmeline, tell you what, but when she was 4 months old, her parents knew something wasn't right. So they went down a dark road. She was diagnosed with infantile spasms, and that's a deadly seizure disorder. MRI revealed that she'd had a massive stroke shortly before birth. Future was uncertain and looked bleak, but she is back. She is here tonight. She's adorable, and that's where your money goes if you take time to donate. Let's take a look at some of the first half plays. And it was all about turnovers early on. West forcing the first turnover of the game. And then Ort keeps it on a short 1-yard run. That put West on top 6-0. The PAT was blocked. Then following a West turnover, very next play, over the middle, Simmons, touchdown. That put West in front, 7-6. Here comes Ort again. Defense, the story of this game in the first half, especially for your East All-Stars. That's J.J. Lindsay. Here comes Lindsay again, wrapping up. Defender after offensive back after back tonight. Blake Counts been a bright spot for the West All-Stars as he barrels over some East defenders there in the first half, but they only scored the 1 touchdown. This was pretty, the tight spiral, the Fairfield connection. Ryder Meyer to Allen for the lead at 14-6, and then another turnover, coughing it up again for the West. East recovers it. It looked like the East was going to get in for another touchdown. Look at this play. This is Ryder Meyer keeping it again, and he does. He's there. 14-6, your halftime score. East in the traditional gold jerseys on top of the West. And, I don't know, they're like, let's get this second half underway. We're not far from it. That's right. Scott Breen and Bruce Parker back with you in just a moment as we take another break. East over the West right now in Butte, 14-6.
I just heard a number in
is Josh Fogarty. Josh Fogarty. I think I see the winner.
I don't know, there's 2 there. Redraw. My name didn't get drawn.
Welcome back, everybody. If you'd like to donate to the Shriners organization, the Children's Hospital over in Spokane, 2 ways to do it right there. Online at mtshrinegame.org or the phone number on your screen, MTN is a proud sponsor. We're proud to bring you the game tonight. Montana Tech, a big sponsor. That's where they're playing tonight at Bob Green Field, Alumni Coliseum. And Bruce, how you doing over there?
I'm doing great. And Scott, I want to add that they're hoping to go north of $100,000 from this weekend's activities. So let's hang in there, make some phone calls, and give to one of the great causes in Montana. But it's nice. It's a little warm, and it's kind of hard to see with the sun right in our eyes. But other than that, Scott, I'm with you and Casey and Richie. Where else would I want to be tonight on a beautiful Saturday night in Butte, Montana? I got to go to Matt's Drive-In today to have a burger with Neil, and there's so many great places to eat here in Butte. And one of my hobbies.
I hear you. Burger, 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 baby. Football in July here in Montana. Let's go down now to the sideline and join Richie Melby.
Yeah, Bruce Parker, you're not the star of this show. 8-year-old Emma is the star of this show here tonight, correct? We're here with the patient ambassador, Emma, her mom, Melanie, and who's this little one that's in here as well?
Ren.
Okay, so we got the whole crew running around. The whole point of this game, obviously, the Shriners Children's Hospital. My brother was a patient of theirs, so I know very well what happens when you go out to Spokane and stuff like that. Scott and Bruce in the booth were just talking about her backstory. What can you say about the work that these Shriners have done?
They are amazing. The hospital's amazing. What they do for kids is amazing. What they've done for our whole family is amazing. Sometimes as a special needs parent, you feel like you're fighting. Fight. You're fighting for inclusion. You're fighting for insurance to cover. You're fighting for everything. When you walk into Shriners Hospital, there's no more fight. They're on your side. They're fighting with you. For you.
And with that, how important is it? Because the emotions kind of can take a back seat as we can start moving forward with whatever needs to be done.
It's just a complete different frame of mind. When I go in there, I can just focus on her. I don't have to worry about how am I going to pay for this. I just can worry about doing what's best for her.
Every single time that we have these Shrine games. One of my favorite parts is just watching this. I mean, you could see her dancing down here right now. They have so much fun. What's it been like this week and weekend for her, hanging out with some of the players? She was just out there with the cheerleaders jamming around at halftime.
Honestly, she's been treated like royalty, and she has had a blast. The banquet last night, she was like a star. She was kind of nervous coming out here, but then when she got to give all the players high fives, she started to warm up, and then when she was out there on the field, she just... this is her. She's crazy. And if you saw her at the beginning, she was kind of like, nervous. She said, I'm nervous. And now she's just in her element.
It's safe to say that those nerves have gone away. As far as medically where we are now 8 years later, what is the update? What is the diagnosis as we move forward?
So she has right-sided hemiplegia, cerebral palsy, and so we work on therapies. She has this brace that keeps her foot in the best alignment to protect her body and her knees to prevent, having a knee replacement. She's thriving, and she loves to be active. She hikes. She's doing great. And what the Shriners have done, that they want her to be the absolute best that she can be.
And what's it like to have her, being kind of this unofficial spokesperson for this cause, for this game? I think I heard Bruce mention something about over $10,000 raised here so far tonight, and I know that's going to continue in the second half. Keep calling in, keep donating. That number's ticking by on the bottom of your screen. There's your spokesperson. There's exactly who you're calling in for. There's who you're donating money for. And that right there is power. It's not the wind giving me the chills talking about it.
Yeah. The Shriners have done so much for us, so I'm like, if we can help them raise more money, what an honor to be able to help them, because the way they've helped us, I know they've helped countless other families, and it's just, it's a really special place.
Ren's got something to say down here really quick. Yeah, hi. Can we get Emma to thank the Shriners real quick? Do you want to say thank you to the Shriners and everybody that's helping out?
Thanks.
Thanks to the Shriners, guys. Again, one more time.
Thanks.
Thanks to the Shriners. That's exactly why we're doing it. Scott, Bruce, 8-year-old Emma right here, your patient ambassador for this 73rd annual Montana East-West Shrine game.
Thanks to the Shriners, Richie, and thanks to those of you at home donating and throughout the year as well, whether it be through golf fundraisers or jumping online the web address there on your screen or calling the number. What an adorable little girl, Bruce.
Oh, amazing. Not afraid of the camera.
No.
Really a good dancer. She probably would have sang if Richie would have given her the mic.
All right, well, as we twist and shout our way into another break, it's 14-6 East over the West. We're back in a moment.
There we go.
Welcome back, everybody, to the campus of Montana Tech, your 73rd annual East-West Shrine Game. And we've talked quite a bit over the last half hour or so about the children that this benefits as the teams start to make their way back towards the field. West All-Stars on their way out. They trail it right now, 14-6. They'll receive, I believe, the second half kickoff, but
well, it could have been a lot worse, Scott. You know, they had a touchdown call back. The East team did. It could have been 21 or 20-6, and they had a break there and did a nice job. It's been a good football game. There's been great plays on both sides, and both teams have mixed it up on the ground and through the air, and I like that. I think we're going to see some fireworks in the second half.
Okay, you briefly touched on this earlier, but hit it again for folks who are just joining us or may have missed it. The number of kids who play in this game, you're 40 from each side, and then, of course, they announce some alternates who get in when some kids decline the invitation. Why would those kids decline?
Well, maybe their football careers are over. They don't want to put the pads back on. Maybe the colleges or universities they're going to don't want them to take a chance of getting hurt and playing in this game so close to two-a-days when camps open in the colleges here next month. I don't know. To me, it would be such a great honor to play in this game. And these kids aren't chosen just because they're the best football players in the state, which they are. They're chosen because they're also outstanding citizens and great students. I mean, you can't come in here with a D- average and get into this game. You've got to be a good student, and the Shriners and the selection committee really do a great job of doing background checks, and they know about these students when they come in. So it's a great honor to be in it, and we're going to go down, I think, right now on the sidelines to Richie Melby.
Absolutely, guys. We got Les Meyer running off the field at the end of the first half. Now as we get back into the second half here, the West coach Mike Cutler. Coach, defensively, I've kind of liked what I've seen. We're seeing some forced turnovers. We're seeing some good special teams plays. Coach Carver's kind of scratching his head as we're looking for those offensive plays. What are we talking about at halftime there?
Well, yeah, defensively we are playing well. We gave up the seam down the middle. But my message to them at halftime is we're just trying to do a little too much.
these kids are here for a reason in the positions they're in. We need them to play the positions they're in and not do too much, not play too much outside the system. Offensively, we're pressing a little bit, miss a tremendous amount of assignments, but I think we got that cleaned up. I feel good, as crazy as that may seem, to be down only 8 with as badly as that went for us. We will get this thing rolling.
I was going to ask if we were going to move players around, but you're talking about keeping them to the assignments, so I'm going to take that one as a no right there. My other question is, when do we see some all-star type play calling, those trick plays, those fun things?
I'm a conservative.
Are those in your playbook?
Oh, you never know. What we need to do is simple successes right now. You know, that's what we got to create. Trick plays and stuff, those are wonderful and they're great at the right time, but what's killing us right now is we just got to get some simple successes, get some first downs, and the rest of that'll come.
I'm just going to say it was probably Bruce Parker that wants the trick. He wants something to talk about in the booth, I think, up there.
Absolutely. I get it. It's an all-star game. We may or may not have a couple.
It's so busy for you. It's football all summer long as well, but how much fun is it just getting to see so many of these different guys from an 8-man all-star game into this Shrine all-star game, some of the camps and stuff that you do throughout the summer?
Oh, it's great. This group of kids has been phenomenal. You know, like I said last night at the banquet, big pat on the back to the parents of this group. I've never heard yes or no sir as many times ever in my life as I have this week. It just, not that makes you a good kid, but they were great kids. And we just, like I said, we're pressing a little bit too hard. A lot of these kids are, you know, they're all-stars. They're all-stars for a reason, and they're used to making big plays. And they're going to be there for us, but we just got to settle down. Simple successes. Let's grind out a couple first downs, take care of the football, and we'll see what happens.
And then finally, I know you're worried about these guys in the red right now, but we just watched the patient ambassador dancing around and jamming with the cheerleaders at halftime. We just interviewed her and her mom over here on the side.
Absolutely.
This cause, and I know you've been involved with it many, many times, but we're up over 10 grand, I think, raised throughout the show, and I know that's going to continue to increase.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I get all worked up. These players get all worked up, and that's our job for the evening. That's our job for the night. But absolutely, that's truly what it's all about. And if I wasn't coaching, I wish I was there to watch it.
Coach just needs 8 more to get back into things right here. We can imagine that he's probably going to find those here as we get ready for the third quarter. Scott, Bruce, we'll go ahead and send it back up to you guys.
Thank you, Richie. Fun interview with Coach. He laughs a little. I'm a conservative guy, but we may or may not have something up the sleeve. I'm going to say that means, yeah, we'll see something in the second half.
He had that little Cheshire Cat grin on his face when he said that. So Mike's probably got something rolling tonight. You know, I'm sure if he thinks it's going to work and help his football team, he'll do it. And if not, he'll just stay running the football. And what he's saying is, he said, we got to do some of the basics. We got to be able to run the football. We got to be able to do our jobs. You know, if you're in a position where you're supposed to block X, you block X. Don't go try to block X and then get part of Y. So he's done a nice job doing that. I really like Mike's attitude and the way he goes into this football game and this second half.
Well, again, there are your options to donate if you're interested. Again, all proceeds here, all of it stays right here in our local area, which is the hospital in Spokane. That's Montana's closest Shrine hospital for the children's, and they specialize in orthopedics and burn victims. That's what the players are playing for tonight. And as I look at the roster, there's some fun stuff to see on here. We've got a list of where each of the kids is planning to attend college. And like Tyler Walker from Dillon, for instance, says, in parentheses, chasing dreams, L.A. He's going to go out to California and
maybe he'll be a movie star.
Chase some dreams. Yeah, it's Tyler Walker from Dillon. Tanner Grove from Columbia Falls going to go to lineman school. A couple others on the West All-Star roster, Rylan Wananen and Mike Graves, both just say they're undecided. As we shift to the east and take a peek, you've got Eli Kraft from Laurel. He's going to MSU Billings on a track and field scholarship, and I think Coach Durham might let him take a look at maybe playing some basketball.
I think that was the Epperly that's going to play basketball.
Anders Epperly at MSU Billings, yeah. So a couple of them there, another one at lineman school. Ryan Wyman from Sydney, and then a couple of them are just straight up with you. Dawson Allen from Fairfield and Walker Heckman from Fairfield. Both just say, not attending. Just not attending college, not attending. Who knows what they're going to do, though? I imagine get into some kind of line of work. And when we had the Class B All-Stars in Billings, the football All-Stars earlier this summer working out up at Rocky, I did a fun story with those guys on what some of their summer jobs are. And everything from lifeguard to running a lawnmower business. I think that was Ryder Meyer, actually, that has his own lawnmower business, up in the Fairfield area. He's like, hey, if anybody in Billings needs a quick lawn cut, let me know while I'm in town. All sorts of construction, so kids are active all summer.
Well, these are young men that just graduated from high school, and Scott, they all have major decisions lying ahead, and I think this is a bunch of guys that will make good decisions and try to get to the right place for them, and it's great to hear them, and they're all honest, and some want to go play in college and some don't, and some want to play basketball, maybe run track, some want to be linemen. Those are pretty good professions if you can get into that. But these are all men that are going to be successful in life and just love being around it.
Well, we mentioned Joe Byork. Billings Central is going to Auburn, not to play anything in the sports field, but just going to go attend Auburn. That's pretty cool. Go down to an SEC school, And that's not like you can just decide you don't like it and then zip back a couple hours home to Billings.
Yeah, Auburn's been in the news a little bit with their basketball program.
Yeah.
Chuck Pearson getting fined and found guilty of that basketball scandal, and we hope that gets cleaned up. But Auburn, what a remarkable academic institution that Byork is going to. Amazing, and he'll be successful. They're coming out of Billings Central High School.
Scott Breen along with Bruce Parker up in the booth here for your 73rd annual East-West Shrine Football All-Star Game. Casey Conlon and Richie Melby down on the sideline. Neil Peterson up here in the booth with us, taking care of us with odds and ends, if you will. He's our human runner. We appreciate you joining us tonight. And again, if you know folks that are out of state, maybe friends, relatives, or you just don't have access to TV for the second half, you can sure dial it up online at montanasports.com. We're live streaming it from anywhere you are. Catch it on your cell phone, on your device. We're ready for the second half, Bruce, as we head to the third quarter. Again, East on top 14-6. And those of you just joining us, all 3 touchdowns in this game have come off of turnovers, and the West PAT was blocked. That's why they're stuck on 6.
Have an answer. Don't turn it over. You might have a chance to win.
All right, it's another nice kickoff into the end zone for the West. That was Carver Gilman from Whitefish. He's done a terrific job tonight. West will take the defensive side of the ball now as the East in the gold jersey storms out. There's Coach Meyer. Game plan looks like Norsline will come back in at quarterback, number 12 there. He's flip-flopped a little bit with Ryder Meyer tonight. A chance to build some separation here, Bruce, to open the second half.
Yeah, an important drive, Scott. If the East could take the ball downfield and get some points on the board, that'd give them a little cushion as we start this second half.
Okay, it is Norsline in at quarterback again. He played the majority of it in the first half. Mitchell Norsline from Fergus High on his way to Montana Tech, and the Ore Diggers, a big sponsor of tonight's game. So here we go, first play of the second half. Norsline takes it, has a man in motion, hands it off, and he's wrapped up. That was Dawson Allen of Fairfield. No gain on the play. Maybe he lost half a yard. Nice defensive play by Cameron Rouser, the gifted athlete out of Townsend.
Townsend's had some very impressive success the last couple of years with their football program. Fun to watch. Class B football at its best.
Well, Coach Mike Cutler out of Flint Creek told us at halftime, hey, I'm a conservative guy. We asked him about some bag of trick plays and stuff. And, well, the East has shown some of that. But now fairly conservative here to open the second half. Nice tackle there from Ryan Terrell out of Loyola Sacred Heart. Cameron Rouser also in on the play.
Loyola made it to the state championship this past year, losing in the final. Always have a great athletic program at Missoula Loyola.
Here we go, 3rd and 7 now. Early in the third quarter, East in the gold uniforms, the traditional gold. West in the red. Norsline back to pass. Over the middle, has a man. It's big number 87, Logan Kennedy out of Laurel High School. And Cameron Rouser again. He's been a defensive stalwart here 3 plays into the third quarter. He's been in on all 3 tackles.
Yeah, Kennedy there made a Gronkowski-like catch. He's got good size. Nice job. Looked it in and gets a first down for the East.
Shares his number, 87. Gronk now retired, of course.
I'm guessing he's coming back. I'm betting he's coming back this year.
Handoff again, a somewhat conservative play as they go for a gain of a couple after the first down. Nicely done there. Andrew Lopez from Malta getting some work tonight. Michael Golden with the tackle.
I watched Gronkowski on $100,000 pyramid the other day on TV. I just was going through the channels, and there's Gronk. Not a great player on that show. Not a great player.
It's probably all he's not good at. He's a freak athlete.
Unbelievable.
2nd and 4 from the 40-yard line. Norsline keeps it. The Fergus quarterback around the corner. Can't get there. Wrapped up by a couple of them. Ryan Terrell hit on the tackle again. Let's go back down to the field. Casey Conlon.
Guys, just an injury update here. Early in the game, Bozeman's Ryan Simpson was knocked out. Went through his concussion protocol on the sideline. He is now in street clothes on the sideline. He will not return to this game. Tough for him to be knocked out so early, but still has his jersey on, still right there on the chalk, rooting the East on.
All right, thanks, Casey, and that's always scary. They were doing the concussion protocol over on that west sideline where he was injured. Neck stretches and kind of the eye tests, and good that they sit him out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, great job by the volunteer athletic training staff from around the state.
Sentinels, Jace DeWalt on the tackle there. Nice catch, though, by Brant Bremer from Browning, and that moves the chains, Bruce. East approaching midfield.
Hey, you don't necessarily think of Browning as a football power, but they've been continuing to get stronger and stronger as the years go on. Nice pass there. He stood in there, took a little bit of a shot, and completed the pass for a first down.
Northline's having a nice night. He's quietly under the radar having a nice night. Dump pass here, dump pass there. Nice touch. Wow. That, I don't know if you could see the entire play. That pass was intended for Meyer. He fell down, got back up, and almost made the catch. He fell down on the cut. Watch here as he checked the Commons furniture replay. Norsline unloads it. Meyer didn't show it there. He had fallen. Pops back up. See him fall there and get back up. 2nd down and long. Norsline back. Over the middle again. It's the big man, number 87. Can he get to the end zone? No, he's wrapped up inside the 15-yard line. Great catch and run from Logan Kennedy.
You know, another big stat, yards after catch. And watch the big man here just kind of start rumbling. He got that motor rolling. And he almost did get into the end zone. Nice defensive job by the West to stop him from scoring.
Well, as you see him again, Montana Tech has corralled him. Look for more of this on this same field out of Logan Kennedy down the road. Ryan Terrell, by the way, saved the touchdown. Terrell on the tackle there for the West All-Stars. Player shaken up on the east sideline. Norsline back in action. Keeps it. He's drilled at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard or two. That was number 53, Nick Schmeiler from St. Francis High, the Canadian again.
And you know, Scott, how important is it to have a great tight end on your football team? You know, you think of a guy like Casey Fitzsimmons out of Chester High School who
made it to the NFL.
Won a national title at Carroll, played 7 years for the Detroit Lions, and then retired from the NFL. An unbelievable athlete.
Chester High School. That shows you can play anywhere, you know. Drummond kids make it to the NFL. Norsline keeps it again and has no room. He loses the football. Looks like it's recovered by the East. Big number 61. He had that crack block in the first half. Nice recovery there for Maverick McKinley of Geraldine. That was Michael Golden with the hit and forcing the fumble. Watch here. Just straight on. Bang. Number 53, the big Canadian again, though, right back in the mix. That's Schmeiler from St. Francis High up in Nova Scotia.
You talk about the NFL. How many of the athletes that come out of the NFL that get done with their career and move back to Montana? They love Montana.
Oh, yeah. And they do. To the end zone. Great coverage. Oh, how are they going to... Yep. Tie goes to the offensive player. Now, he's going to argue it on defense, but boy, what a catch. That's Simmons again. And the throw was on the money in traffic. Let's look at this a few times if we can.
Yeah, now the referees don't have replay to them, but we're the only ones that do. And here you see it. You make the call. I think it was a good call.
Absolutely. Looked like he had possession there. Cade Holter from Butte Central, the defender there, gets a hand in. But that's just a terrific effort by Simmons. And they call it a touchdown, and it stands. Derek Simmons from Fairfield.
What a great throw.
Building some separation now, West with a chance to get back on the board. The Shelby kicker drills another one. Wyatt Brusvin headed to Rocky Mountain College. East 21-6 over the West. 10:18 left in the third quarter. We'll take a break and come back in a moment.
And we're back at Bob Green Field, and Billings West will have a couple of their former players playing on this field this fall as members of the Montana Tech Ore Diggers. Cade Wilcox, the son of Amanda and Chris Wilcox out of Billings, an applied health science major at Montana Tech. And one more from the Golden Bears out of Billings West. Kobe Nelson will be a member of the Ore Digger staff, the son of Jess Nelson in Billings, and he is going to major in construction management at Montana Tech.
Construction, that's the family business, Bruce.
Well, I guess.
That's the family business. They do it. The Nelsons do a terrific job in Billings and the surrounding area. And Kobe was one of my favorite players to watch on the basketball court. He was the big guy underneath, and they'd get it to him once in a while, and he'd glide to the basket. He was fun to watch at
Yeah,
West
he really was.
this last season.
What a great business he'll be going back with the family.
Yeah. So here we go. Brusvin again with the kickoff. The Shelby native trying to send another one into the end zone. He actually booted a kickoff through the uprights in the first half. This one's fielded in the end zone and return. A little bit of room outside across the 15-yard line. That's Jace DeWalt from Billings Central. Kyle Torgerson, Great Falls High, along with the tackle. Take a look at the touchdown replay. Norsline just threads the needle. That wasn't the touchdown, but that helped set it up to the big man. Couple of passes on this scoring package from Logan Kennedy on the receiving end from Laurel. And then here, Norsline again looks back, fires deep, threads the needle, and it's caught in the end zone for a touchdown by Derek Simmons. And that's your difference right now. That's the only touchdown of this game that did not come as a result of a turnover.
Yeah, that's true. And I think if the teams, they probably talked a lot about that at halftime with the head coaches, that we can't afford to turn the ball over if we want to win this football game. And so far, it's been clean here in the third quarter.
Flathead's Anthony Jones with the catch there, as you see him. They're trying to move a little bit quicker now, and Coach Mike Cutler, in charge of the West, told us at halftime, I'm conservative. They've got to start moving the football now. They've got 6 points on the board. They came in the first quarter off of a turnover, and it's been zilch since then. Blake Counts wrapped up in the backfield by a handful of players. That was Wesley Jameson helping lead the charge, along with Eli Kraft from Laurel. Let's take a look at some more great defense, and East has been on it tonight. And really, the touchdown was not at their expense that the West scored. That came off an offensive turnover and was just, I believe, from a 1-yard run. It was a 1-yard run, so quarterback keeper from Ort. Okay, that sets up 3rd and 6 on the 23-yard line, approaching the 9-minute mark, third quarter. Bob Green Field here at Montana Tech in Butte. West in red trying to rally. Quick pass outside. Jones with another catch. Going to be enough for a first down. John Waddell from Park High in Livingston. He's headed to Rocky Mountain College.
Yeah,
Makes
first
the play
time
there.
First time we've had him mentioned tonight. Nice job there.
Yep. Just shoves him out. That's all you need.
Coach Stutchream and some of his assistants made a trip up here to the press box.
They did. We had Coach on in the first half down on the sidelines as well. Here we go. Number 1 off to the races. That's Cameron Rothy from Hamilton. We've called his name a few times. Look at the sportsmanship there. Could have been. Is there a flag out there? Could have been late hit. East All-Stars doing their best. Yeah, there's a flag down there. We'll see what they call.
Yeah, I think they'll tack this on.
15 yards. They got a couple of flags out, actually. Worst case for the West here is it's offsetting penalties, and they have to replay the down. But see what they come up with. Helena's Shane Shaw, the white hat tonight, your head referee, head official.
Scott, an update from the telethon. $10,780 in right now. Let's keep those calls coming in and get that number way up.
So that's what we've raised in.
That's just tonight during this football game. There's the number you can call.
Dead ball foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense. We'll mark that off after the holding. It'll be first down.
Okay, so there you have
All
it.
right, I hope you got that one.
Yeah, they'll mark it off. It'll be a first down, but there they go. Here comes the mark off.
You got to quit dancing up here in the box to the beat that we're going through right now.
That's not me. So that's enough to move the change. That'll be an automatic first down, of course, on the personal foul. And then West moving the ball now, trailing 21-6.
Nice way to start this third quarter with an impressive drive here.
Handoff counts, nowhere to go in the backfield. Handful of East All-Stars there to make the catch, led by Brody Grebe again.
Yeah, look at Grebe and the boys, the pursuit. They just strung it out, and then stepped up and made the tackle. Nice defensive job there by the East.
Well, they've stepped up all night. If you're looking for an MVP on that side of the football for that squad, good luck. Second down and 9 from the 41, approaching the 8-minute mark, third quarter. Quick pass outside. Rothy on the reception, has room, just not enough for a first down, but he gains pretty good yardage. It'll be 3rd and short now. John Waddell again.
Yeah, we'll watch it here on the Conlon Furniture replay, and he does a nice job to catch after the ball was caught, and got him within striking distance of getting a first down.
Yeah, Waddell fights his way in there as he's being blocked, the Livingston native, and makes the play, keeps him from a first down yard. 3rd and 3 now from the 47, approaching midfield. 4 wide receivers. Jade McNeil at quarterback, lets it go, complete, first down and a little bit more. Big play there for the West as they really needed a first down on the reception. Brock Cantrell Field, as we take a look at the replay. Carson Taylor of CMR helping stop him, but it took a while to get there.
You know, Scott, the West doing most of their damage on this drive through the air.
Yes, and they didn't do a lot of that in the first half. And just outside the 40-yard line, it's Rothy again. On an inside slant, minimal yardage there, maybe a gain of 3. Connor Paul from Billings West on the stop there.
Haven't heard Lindsay's name much in this third quarter.
No.
But we sure heard it a lot in the first half out of Billings West High School.
2nd and 8, 39-yard line.
2nd and 8 now from the 38. West on the move, trying to get back in as the clock continues to run. Another nice out pattern. That looks like it'll be a first down. Jaden McNeil from Flathead completes it to Jones again. And they'll move the chains.
I remember listening to the state championship game, and McNeil just led the Flathead Braves down the field on that final drive, and they just about had, I think, a 1st and goal from the 4, and couldn't quite get it in against that Billings West defense.
On
but
4 downs, yep.
He's a great team leader and a field general out there.
Now he fires the other way. He's got his man out in the flat. That's Clay Fisher from Butte Central. Moving toward the end zone, down to about the 25-yard line. They'll mark it. I believe it's a 24. Cade Wilcox and Kason Taylor teaming up on that tackle.
Well, I remember a couple years ago, well, I don't know if it was the East or West, but the quarterback was a guy by the name of Gary Wagner, who led Carroll College
Did you
to
just
a
say a
national
couple
title.
years ago?
A couple years ago. I'm going to give Wagner a break. But the receiver he was throwing it to mostly was a young man by the name of Mark Mariani, who went on to great stardom and all-pro status in the National Football League, both out of Havre High School.
McNeil handles the snap, rolls out. He's under pressure, nearly tackled, gets out of it, and fires a dart. Inside the 15-yard line, it's Jones again.
But what a great throw on the run, rolling out to his right. Let's see if he was inbounds or not. The officials are going to kind of talk about it.
Ryder Meyer was there to make the play for the East. I thought he was in right there. Looks good. Yeah. Had it in control.
Well, the officials right on that one.
And they'll keep it. First down it is for the West All-Stars now inside the red zone. Having already given up one score here in the third quarter on the East's opening drive. Clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play. Just over 6 left in the third quarter here. McNeil again. Rothy in the flat, weaving his way down toward the 10-yard line. Just short. Nice play again by Cade Wilcox. He's had a couple of tackles on this drive.
Yeah, an impressive drive here for the West squad to come right back out and try to get on the board in this third quarter.
All right, under 6 minutes, it's a 2nd and 6. And they're thinking nothing but touchdown, I have a feeling. You settle for a field goal, it's still a 2-score game. But you mentioned earlier, they've been effective on this drive by throwing the football, Bruce.
Yeah, amazing. Did a nice job. They must have worked out in the locker room at halftime.
Blake counts in the backfield, along with McNeil. Counts, gets the handoff up the middle toward the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, West. Are they going to call him down? One referee signal touchdown.
Now we'll look at it. Now, if you're a Flathead High School football fan, you know this is a guy that made it happen this year for the Braves. He was such an outstanding runner, and I don't know if they're going to give it to him or not. It looks like they are.
The official on the far sideline came running in with his hands up. He signaled touchdown. And why don't we just take another look? It's a very close play. And again, there's no replay rule in high school football in Montana. So they can't review it. If another official did overturn it, yeah, he was down.
Yeah, he was.
Heck of an effort by Counts. Heck of an effort. He gained 8 yards with guys on his back. And it looks like the play was overruled by the official on the near sideline. Nope, they're placing it in position for a PAT or 2-point conversion. I think they're going to try to go for 2. Bruce, can you hear the music?
Yeah, yeah, I've got the beat on, man. I'm telling you, but it's got the fans fired up, and they are going to. It looks like they're going to go for 2, but let's wait and see.
Make it a 7-point game. And keep in mind, their first PAT was blocked, so that's what happened there. Ort now in a quarterback, almost intercepted, threw it just behind his intended receiver. Nice play there on defense, though, by Carson Taylor from CMR. We're going to go to break. It's getting interesting in the third quarter, as it should in an all-star game. East on top of the Town Pump scoreboard, 21-12, late third quarter.
Well, there's two Fergus County Eagles that are going to be playing for Montana Tech this next fall. Wesley Jameson, the son of Shara and Mike Jameson, out of Lewistown. There, he will be a civil engineering major at Montana Tech. And Mitch Norsline, the quarterback out of Fergus County High School, who's done a real nice job tonight. He is the son of Andrea and Eric Norsline, and he is going to major in pre-professional health at Montana Tech. A couple more guys in tonight's game that'll be future Ore Diggers for head coach Chuck Morrell.
All right, the sun's starting to set on Alumni Coliseum here at Bob Green Field.
You know, the Macarena, I'm sure Casey and Richie are down there doing it right now on the sidelines.
All right, back to kick it off. Carver Gilman from Whitefish lobs one up into the air. Nicely done. Caught at about the 1 yard line. Nice return outside the 20. As we take a look at the scoring drive package, nice return there from Brant Bremer of Browning. Michael Golden on the stop there. But here, the package, I mean, they're over the middle, and just a really nice job on that last drive by Jaden McNeil at quarterback. Finds Rothy here, who weaves his way down inside the 15. And that sets up Blake Counts, powering his way toward the end zone. They ruled it a touchdown. There's no replay in high school. 2-point conversion failed, and that's where we stand. East on top in the gold uniforms, 21-12. 5:19 left to play here in the third quarter.
Scott, I like the fact that they used the pass very effectively on that drive.
Didn't have to get fancy, just straight up passes out into the flat. That one's complete for the East. Gain of about 5. Logan Gillard from Big Fork. Gilliard, I should say.
Yeah, nice run there by Gilliard. And, you know, the East team's going to want to run the ball, just kind of keep the clock, run time off the clock. They have the lead, 21-12 on the Town Pump scoreboard.
Yeah, Dickinson gaining half the yardage. It's second now, a little bit more than half. It's 2nd and 2 as they give him 8 yards on the carry. Now the handoff again. Dickinson powering his way for another first down. Cale McCarthy on the stop. Let's go down to Richie Melby on the sideline.
You just saw number 23 for the West making a tackle in there as well. One of the assists, Alec Johnson. We're here with his parents because this is all about legacy families and stuff. And the Johnson family he's the 4th of 4 to be selected for the Shrine game. We know Kendall couldn't play in it because he had some naval obligations and stuff like that. But, Mom, that's a pretty proud pedigree.
Yeah, we're very, very happy, pleased that all the boys have been able to be selected, and 3 of the 4 have been able to play. We've enjoyed every minute of it, and we're so appreciative of everything the Shriners have done and what the kids are able to do for other kids.
Now here's the cool part about it. Not only have all 4 of the sons been selected, both of their grandparents were selected and played in this game. Your pops way back in 1947, yours in 1959. I mean, that's just something that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I guess they got all their football talent from the grandpas, but yeah, I guess so. It was.
Wearing the Bobcats uniform, or the Bobcats sweatshirt, obviously we know where we're headed, obviously next year. How proud are you guys of just watching him play out here?
Oh, we're super excited, but it's all about him. It's what he wanted to do. If he didn't want to play, that's great, but when he had a chance to go to the Bobcats, that's where he was going, and he was excited. So
just got the tackle while we were in the background. We're going to be waiting for the grandchildren for you guys now to be playing in this game as well, guys.
Thanks, Richie.
Our friend Richie Melby making friends down on the sideline. Norsline just throws that one away on 3rd and 5. And it stops the clock with just about 3 minutes to play. Looks like the East with the lead will punt the football away. It's a 2-score game right now, any way you slice it.
Yeah, one grandfather playing in that in 1947, the first year of the annual Montana East-West Shrine All-Star football game back in 47. And I was at the banquet last night, and I ran into the oldest living survivor that played in the game, a guy by the name of Tom LaProuse, who taught and coached at Bozeman High School. He said, "Bruce, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm 91 years old," and he had a big heap of food on his plate, and he was ready to go.
He knows what the banquet's all about, under pressure. The Rocky Mountain College commit gets it away. That was Wyatt Brusvin with the punt. Nice tackle inside the 10-yard line. So more West defense. Cade Wilcox from Billings West gets it done. We're going to take another break. We're approaching 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Got a good one here in view. We're back in a moment.
And one of our great sponsors tonight, Montana Tech and Ore Digger Athletics. And here's a guy that's going to be a future Ore Digger, Lander Smith, out of Charlotte High School, the Vikings, the son of Sarah. And Sean Smith out of Charlotte. He's going to major in business management at Montana Tech. That's 17 so far. We have one more to come of future Ore Diggers from Montana Tech.
All right. We're appreciative of their sponsorship. So are the Shriners. And, of course, the children as well. 3:06 left to play in the third quarter. West scored a touchdown. Only its second of the game on its last possession, but now backed up inside the 10-yard line.
And how valuable is a good punter and a good kicker?
Right.
And we've seen that tonight.
Yes, no question about it. Wyatt Brusvin from Shelby. Pass out into the flat, looks good. That's going to be first down yardage. Nicely done there. Clay Fisher from Butte Central hauls it in with the catch and run. Duncan Kraft from Billings Central with the stop. Shifty moves as you see the Commons Furniture replay.
You know, Scott, I got to tell you, when you guys are here tonight, you and Richie and Casey, what the MTN network has done with sports for us people that love it around the state, getting online and being able to follow our favorite teams.
Well, thank you, Bruce. We sure enjoyed doing it and the opportunity. That was a kind of a chicken scratch play there as you take a look at the replay. Jack Studer with the tackle, but look, he bobbles the snap, did Ort, and then he just makes it work up the middle for about 11 yards and a first down.
And that's an athlete there. He made something happen out of nothing.
You bet. Rylan Ort, Missoula Sentinel back at quarterback. He and Jaden McNeil sharing time back there for the West All-Stars. 73 years strong now, this game. Longest continuous game among high school teams in the nation. Ort airs it out, had a man just out of reach and off the fingertips, I think, of Waiters. What an effort.
Yeah, got the crowd out of their seat. It got us fired up. There's the phone number, as you see on your screen, to call in and donate tonight for our telethon for the Montana Shriners Hospital in Spokane, Washington. The money will stay with Montana kids that go out to the Shriners Hospital. The number 838-995-0960. Call it now.
Well, that was aggressive.
Yeah. I want to be nice about it.
Cody Waters, by the way, was the intended receiver there.
Give me your phone. I'm going to call him.
Here we go. Back up the middle. To the ground game they go. And most of their last drive was effective via the air. Look at them help each other up. You love to see that. Ty Bradley of Colstrip getting some time there. Be second down now and check it third at about 6. Boy, a first down here, it sure be nice as we're under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Nice for those West All-Stars. They're in comeback mode. East defense has been just tough all night.
We'll get a chance to see some of the players of the game afterwards with some interviews.
So the pass is complete, but the yardage is short. That'll bring up fourth down and on their own 35-yard line as we look at the Commons Furniture replay. This is Willie Leap from Bozeman with the stop. West will send out the punt team on fourth down. Nice job. Yeah, Commons replay.
My wife spent a few days and hours and weeks at Common Furniture. Great people, great sponsors of athletics in Montana.
Absolutely. All right, punt is away. Nice end-over-end kick called for a fair catch at about the 22-yard line. And that's where it's safely corralled by Kyle Torgerson. We're going to keep it right here. Again, just 43 seconds left now in the third quarter. East on top, 21-12. Just reverse the numbers there.
You know, you're up 2 scores. Scott, what do? Do you take it easy and just be conservative?
No.
I don't think Coach Meyer's going to do that. I think he's got too many things, too many tricks in his bag of tricks, and he's going to try to come up with a few big plays here in the second half, or maybe as we get into the fourth quarter.
He has some weapons, and of course, it's an all-star game, so you want to get everybody in there. Everybody needs to play in a game like this, and so we're seeing some fresh faces in this second half. Looks like Ryder Meyer is back in at quarterback now for the East All-Stars.
Maybe when we get a little bit of a break here, we can talk about where next year's game's going to be.
Yes. Meyer finds a little bit of room outside, creates, and he's brought down. Nice tackle there by Ryan Terrell from Loyola Sacred Heart. That could take us to the end of the third quarter. We'll see what the East All-Stars decide to do. It'll be second and about 5.
28-yard line, 2nd and 5.
All right. Meyer looks at the formation. Keeps it himself, finds a hole. Host of West All-Stars wrap him up, and you always want to protect the football. He did that there. I don't think it was enough for the first down, but Alaric Grio from Helena Capital makes the stop, and that stops the third quarter. We are on to the fourth as they raise the fingers. Let's play it. We're back to Butte in just a moment.
We're going to draw for the winner. They're going to bring their name into the booth, and we'll have the winner's name announced. You'll be able to claim your prize after you have the name announced.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the start of the fourth quarter of your 73rd annual Montana East-West Shrine football game, and we've got a good one.
Yeah, great football game. Still a lot of football to be played in this one. A couple big plays could turn things around for the West, Scott, and they've shown some explosiveness here in the second half. They had that long touchdown drive with Counts getting the touchdown run. It's all about having your hands on the football. You can't score without the ball, so it's very important to keep possession.
Well, fans are ready to get down tonight, and the East All-Stars get back to business on a 3rd and 1, a false start. That's going to cost East 5 yards and make it 3rd and 6 now.
Shane Shaw. Hey, but let's give a special congratulations out tonight to the city of Butte. They know how to put on an event. The fans have come out to watch this one from all over the state, but a lot of Butte people here that are just great football fans. But
False start, 69, offense, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
All right, so they'll regroup. You know, they had that play called coming out of the timeout, and they just tried to rush out there in what senior high would call like a Rambo package, you know, just boom, get that yard, try to catch the defense off guard, but instead, it's 3rd and 6. We'll see what this would be a big stop. This would be a big stop for the West, dressed in the traditional red uniforms and trailing by 9. Ryder Meyer under pressure, nowhere to go. Wrapped up and thrown down. Terrific defensive effort there from the West. Michael Golden won a 3 in on the tackle, and that's going to force the East All-Stars to punt, and they, outside of that opening drive, score in the first half. Second half, I should say, the East has been ineffective on offense. Credit to the West defense.
That's right. They've done a nice job on the Conlon Furniture replay. And
Michael Golden in there from Hamilton.
You know, maybe, Scott, this one will come down to defense and who plays better defense here in the fourth quarter.
Wyatt Brusvin on to punt again, and he has had an amazing night. Drills a spiral past midfield, fair caught, just outside the 40-yard line. We're going to keep it right here. That's Zach Spearoff from Helena High with the fair catch. And again, if you'd like to help us, we've already raised over $10,000 tonight. Thanks to you jumping online and calling. We've raised over $10,000 tonight, and the Shriners have raised close to $1 million over the last decade, with all of that money headed to the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane. They are specialized in burn victims and orthopedics for kids. It's a terrific cause. $5 helps, $50 helps. Nearly picked off through the hands of two East defenders there at about midfield. It falls helplessly incomplete. We've got an injured player there. They're going to help him back up. I think that's Rothy. That is Cam Rothy. And take a look at the replay here, the Collins Furniture. Rylan Ort just rolls out. He throws a dart. It was deflected. Nice deflection there by Brody Grebe again. We've called his name several times tonight.
Yeah, and I think we'll be hearing that name for a lot of years in the Montana sports pages and newscasts and sportscasts on all those MTN stations covering Montana at its best.
Ort hands off this time. Right up the middle. Was that... Let's head down to Casey Conlon. That's a nice gain before we get there by Alex Johnson of Helena High. Casey.
Hey, yeah, thanks, guys. I found a familiar face down here. Tucker Meyer, Ryder's older brother, Les' son. He played in this game in 2013, then went on, was a coach at Rocky for a little while, now at GA with the Grizz. You've always got to enjoy coming back and seeing this game in the summer.
Oh yeah, this game's really fun. It's really competitive, you know, for being an in-state all-star game. That's kind of what makes it fun. But at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, the Shriners, which is also really cool, obviously.
Were you more nervous playing in it, or are you more nervous watching Ryder?
Oh man, I'm more nervous watching Ryder. When you're playing, you can kind of control some things, but coaching is a lot more nerve-wracking. And then being able to just watch my dad coach and watch Ryder's, yeah, a lot more nerve-wracking and a little bit less control. So.
Do you get to talk to him much during the season? Does he still come to you for advice, or are you kind of letting him kind of create his own path as he will?
Yeah, I mean, we're really good friends, truly, and he comes to me for advice all the time, and sometimes I kind of just tell him, you know, do your thing and whatnot, but he bounces ideas off of me all the time, and same thing, vice versa. I bounce ideas off of him all the time as well.
As you talk about bouncing, there's a big play behind us there as the West is going to make this a competitive game. It looks like this could be a pretty good fourth quarter. Tucker, thank you for spending a couple of minutes with us. We really appreciate it. Tucker Meyer, we're going to go back up to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Casey. Great interview. Kyle Torgerson saves the touchdown, but they lined up in punt formation, did the West. We wondered if they'd pull out some fake stops, and they did it. Landers Smith from Charlotte inside the 5-yard line. It's a 1st and goal. He'll mark it right at the 5. What a big turnaround for the West there.
Yeah, I knew there was something to that little smile that Mike had on at halftime.
Yeah.
And boy, he waited till the right time, and he surprised the East team, and he's got a chance to get right back in it here.
Well, here we go. 1st and goal from the 5. Rylan Ort at quarterback. One man behind him, takes the handoff. Powers down inside the 5, may have picked up a couple of yards. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Nice effort there from Colton McPhee, Columbia Falls. Bryce Depping of CMR and Nick Koneski from CMR. The CMR tandem teaming up to make that stop.
Yeah, what great football tradition. I remember all the years Jack Johnson was the coach of the Rustlers, and all the great players that have come out of that program. Wow. We were talking about them the other night, guys like John Leister, Reggie Barnett, Tony Caldwell, you know, and all the great ones that have gone on to Montana State and Montana and played football, plus all the frontier schools.
2nd and 4 from the 4-yard line. West trailing, but on the move after a faked punt. Wide open in the end zone. Touchdown. They went right back to him, only they did it through the air. Colton McPhee of Columbia Falls on the receiving end, and here we go.
is going to come right at you, Scott, on the Conlon Furniture replay. And could he be any more open?
No.
Those are easy passes to drop.
Yeah, I know it. I was thinking that as it was in the air. Great job by McPhee holding on there. Now they're gonna try the PAT. Only other PAT they've tried tonight was blocked. That was the first score of the game for either team way back in the first quarter. All right, they'll line it up. That's Ort with the hold. Carver Gilman. Up and true. Here we go with a 2-point football game in the fourth quarter. One more look at the touchdown. Nice fake. Goes right back to him. Ort. McPhee. Touchdown. We're back after this.
Well, earlier in the ball game, Scott McBreen, I called him the Gronk, and he's the Gronk of this game, and it's Logan Kennedy out of Laurel High School. This locomotive is the son of Denise and Daniel Kennedy out of Laurel, Montana, and he's going to major in mechanical engineering. And I have been pleased tonight to announce 18 of these players in this ball game tonight that are future Montana Tech Ore Diggers. Thanks to Ore Digger Athletics and Joe McClafferty and the whole crew at Montana Tech for helping us support this football game and this Shriners fundraiser tonight. But pretty impressive. But let's talk a little bit about the Frontier Conference. Kent Paulson, the commissioner of the Frontier Conference, he knows how important this football game is. And what he has done from the Frontier Conference standpoint, he's bought all the awards that go to the student athletes tonight. So kudos to the Frontier Conference for having so many players in this game and supporting it. And thanks to Kent Paulson and all the schools.
No doubt about it. This kick inside the 5-yard line. It's handled, and here he comes. Running it back just outside the 10. A nice defensive play there. That was Brant Bremer of Browning on the return. Zach Spearoff of Helena High with the big stop. Take a look at some of these plays. This was the scoring package from the last. That was a punt formation for the West. They faked it. Smith driven out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And then Ort turns, fakes, and finds McPhee for the touchdown. PAT was good. We have a 2-point game. Just under 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Thank you for watching tonight across the MTN networks here in Montana and online, streaming it at montanasports.com. Your go-to for all of Montana sports coverage throughout the state. All right, Norsline's back in at quarterback as they continue to shift, get everybody reps. He played the majority of the first half. Possibly a false start.
But this is the time where you don't want to make mistakes. You want to take as much time off the clock.
False start, 59, offense, 5 yards, still first down.
And you also want to remember, Scott, we're still ahead.
We?
Yeah, we can't. Well, when you're the East team, you don't want to make any mistakes. You don't want to give them the football back. So think about that now. Don't get down because they just scored in a touchdown drive. You're still ahead in the football game. Make good decisions.
East All-Stars trying to bring it now with a 1st and 15. And it looks like another false start.
Yeah, we.
Because I know you suited up back in your day, right?
Oh, not in this game.
No,
I didn't.
no.
I had a couple teammates that did.
Offense, half the distance, still first down.
So not penalize the full 5 yards because they're inside the 5-yard line, but half the distance there. They'll call it 1st and 18 from the 4-yard line.
I just talked about him.
You did?
You know, Kennedy. And he gets a penalty on him there, but he's played really well tonight. Boy, he's done a great job.
East wants to get it together. They'll take a timeout. We'll take one with them. Hey, we're in the 4th quarter of a tight football game. It went down to the wire last year. We'll see if it does again this year. East over the West on your Town Pump scoreboard.
And we're back at Bob Green Field at Alumni Coliseum in Butte, Montana, where this game has got just a little bit closer as the West gets a touchdown, the extra point, and they trail by 2 at 21-19. Still a lot of time left in this 4th quarter. And really, I've been more impressed with the West offense in this second half. They came out early and got a long touchdown drive, and they scored there. And the East is back at their goal line.
All right, so they're going to play it safe. Norsline keeps it up the middle for a gain of about 10. He's outside the 10-yard line.
Turn on Scott's mic.
Norsline keeps it there. Gain of about 10. He's outside the 10-yard line. Nick Schmeiler from Nova Scotia. He's take another look. Watch him run into the see.
Hey,
runs into the referee.
It's a dangerous game if you're a referee.
The umpire. All right, this time he keeps it again. Norsline clogged up, but 2nd and long. And again, that was 1st down from the 4-yard line. They were penalized twice with false starts. Nice defensive play there by Zach Pletcher of Columbia Falls.
Yeah, Fletcher did a nice job of running to the ball and making a good tackle. Open field tackles are very important in this one.
So a big 3rd down now for the East. They've given up the last 2 touchdowns. Love to hold on to the football. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Norsline looks to the sideline. Here comes the audible.
Yeah, Norsline's doing a good job of taking time off the clock right now. He knows you can see that timer.
4 wide receivers. He throws this one deep down the sideline, just out of reach. There was contact, but I don't think it was a pass interference by any stretch. Just nice defensive coverage there by Zach Spearoff. The guys were bodied up. They both got a right to the football. This is really good coverage.
Yeah, you look. We've had great play tonight by the defensive backfields on both teams, and this is basically bottom line great coverage. Look at that, running step for step together, and no penalty there, and a good job for the West defense.
So they force another punt. Wyatt Brusvin from Shelby's had a terrific night, both punting and kicking for the East All-Stars.
Yeah, he could be an MVP in this game.
I was thinking the same thing. He gets another one off a high booming spiral, going to hit it about midfield and bounce backwards. They'll down it right about the 49-yard line, so effective. An effective punt there. West will take over at midfield, and we'll keep it right here. 1st and 10 now. 10:23 left in the football game, and again, you've still got time to donate if you'd like. All money raised tonight, and we've had over $10,000 just throughout this broadcast.
833-995-0960. That's our number to call in on the telethon tonight to raise money for the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane, Washington.
Here we go. 10:23 left in the football game. West trailing by 2 with the football at midfield. Quick out pass, complete. Short gain and out of bounds. Depends on where they spot him. Maybe they'll give him 4 or 5. Jones with another catch there. Solid effort. Kyle Torgerson called his name quite a few times tonight on the stop.
Yeah, he's played very well tonight. You know, a lot of these in these games like this, you hear a lot of guys' names over and over and over again. You imagine what they did on their high school football team.
All right, so they'll call it 2nd and 6 from the 47. We're under 10 minutes left in your 73rd annual East-West Shrine game. Fake handoff deflected. Just couldn't haul it in even had he made the catch. Defense was swarming there for the East, so it would have been tough to pick up yards, but intended for Clay Fisher. 3rd now and 6. And again, if they get a little bit of it, you know, they're at midfield. They're just beyond midfield, Bruce. Under 10 minutes to play. You're trailing only by 2. Probably too risky to go for it unless you're just 1 or 2 yards out.
Yeah, and they don't have, even down 2 points, they don't have quite the kicking game that the East does.
Correct.
So they're going to really have to continue to move this football and not take a chance in kicking it.
All right, Ort back in at quarterback. Oh, look at the trickery. As promised, got a man downfield. It's Rothy. Oh! Just off his hands, and he was open.
I guess, you know, and if the ball would have been thrown maybe a little bit earlier, he wouldn't have had any defensive pressure, but another one out of the bag of tricks.
Well, you said it earlier. Sometimes when you're that wide open, that's a tough catch to make. And we said it with Simmons on the touchdown catch for the East. Their only touchdown of the 3rd quarter. As you take one more look, got twisted up a little bit in the air, and in coverage there for the East. Willie Lead from Bozeman High. So that brings up 4th down, and yes, 4th and 6. The West is in punt formation. Last time they faked it and ran it down to the 5. Nice spiral toward the corner, inside the 10. Fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's not going to get very far. They should have let it bounce, maybe into the end zone, but
yeah, you know, and what, Scott, you're always told when you're that deep in your own territory,
right,
let it go.
Nice fielding defensively by Alex Johnson of Flathead, and Andrew Sideris was also there, the Flathead tandem, doing a great job to stop that. Had he let it go, maybe it goes into the end zone, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it stops at the 1, so you take a quick peek at it. It 1 hops, kind of right to him. Bremer fields it. All right, here we go. 1st down for the East, and they just go right up the middle. The old staple, Jack Studer out of Billings Central. Brings up 2nd and about 6. From just outside the 10-yard line. Ryder Meyer now back in at quarterback. It seems to be every other possession for both teams so far in this 4th quarter at changing quarterbacks. Nice defensive stop there. Looked like the ball may have popped out, but he was ruled down. Nice stop by Michael Golden again from Hamilton.
Well, this game's great, a 2-point game. Let's find a little spot here where we can talk about next year's Shrine Football All-Star game.
Absolutely. And we talked about the East getting conservative in the 2nd half. They had the 2-touchdown lead. They were up 21-6. Haven't done anything since, and that they scored on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. So lots of run plays, burning clock, but there's still over 8 minutes to play. That one hit the ground. Ryder Meyer trying to escape pressure, forced out of bounds. That'll bring up another punt situation for the East All-Stars. Great play there again from Alex Johnson of Helena High as you check the Commons replay.
Now, how important is this snap and punt going to be for the East team?
Johnson again, we saw him earlier. Richie talked to his folks down on the sideline.
But Johnson family, as Richie talked about, what great athletic history for that family. Also good students. Dad's in education, or was in education.
Well, if East holds on to win this game, Brusvin with the punt right there, back past midfield, has got to be in consideration for MVP. You see the flag down, this one's going to come back. Nice return, but it's going to be all for naught. They'll probably penalize him from about the 45 to inside the 40.
Yeah, sometimes when you get a punt like that, the coverage team maybe outruns the punt.
Let's look at the penalty, Bruce.
And this penalty is going to be costly to the West team. Les Meyer there talking with the officials. What a great year he had, winning the state title. And to be able to coach his son, Scott,
yeah, it's his
for the last time. Yeah, that's
last one. All right, how about next year's game, Bruce?
All right, I'm going to give you 3 choices. Butte, Great Falls, or Billings, Montana for next year's game.
During the return, illegal block in the back, return team, that's 10 yards from the flag. After the play was over, personal foul, late hit, number 54, also the return team, to be first down.
Wow. So you got, there's your 3. Here's the late hit.
Oh, yeah.
Ouch.
Late hit slash
kick. Oh, baby.
All right. We saw the kick. And the officials didn't. It's always the second guy that gets caught.
I know. So you haven't given me an answer yet for next year's Shrine game.
Or Great Falls.
Yeah, Great Butte,
Well,
Great Falls.
I've done it enough to know what the rotation is. It's in Great Falls last year. It means it's in Butte this year, and so we're headed back to Billings next year.
Headed back to Billings for the 2020 Shrine Football All-Star Game. And negotiations are underway with Rocky Mountain College for the game to be played at Herb Clint Field on the campus of Rocky. It'll be the second time in history of the game that the game will be back in the Magic City in Billings.
All right, here we go. Rylan Orr at quarterback for the West. Throws it out into the flat. Incomplete. He picks it up. I don't know if they ruled that just incomplete as a forward pass. If it was behind the line of scrimmage, it was very close. Either way, smart play to pick the ball up and continue to move with it.
Rip, a lot of feedback in our headsets. You, the man. Spares. And Scott changing a little headset up here in the booth, and big plays here for this West offense.
Ort again slings it outside to Rothy. Cam Rothy trying to get the job done. He's shut down close to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a little bit of yardage.
Watch this Conlins replay, and great pursuit here by the East defense. Look at this. Look at all the jerseys come into your picture. They know they're going to throw the football, and they're going to be there to try to stop those short passes.
Under 7.5. West All-Stars in red with the football, trailing by 2. Cade Wilcox with a nice night tonight as well. 18 seconds left on the play clock. Looks like they're changing it up just a little bit. Rylan Ort at quarterback. Preston Blaine with him in the backfield from Glacier. Blaine into block. Ort downfield, had a man. Vicious hit. Collision there, had 3 players down on the ground, and one of them still is. That looks like Cade Wilcox, we just showed you a moment ago. Look at the Conlins replay here. Nothing intentional. Oh, he hits his own man.
Yeah, boom. It's a contact
football,
sport.
When you see it in slow motion, I mean, you just don't appreciate necessarily the speed on the field, the speed of play, and nothing was intentional. Those are just guys trying to make a play. And like you said, that is football, you know. Wilcox back up and moving around. Both players appear to be all right.
You know, I really do believe, Scott, that uniform manufacturers, helmet companies have really done a good job. They take the concussion problem seriously, and they try to protect the young men and women that play football and do a good job with the uniforms and the equipment.
Billings Central just went to some brand new helmets this year, new stuff that I believe they're using in the NFL, you know, at the highest level. And So there's the punt. It's more of a line drive. It's fielded right at midfield, and a pretty good return, about 10 yards for Kyle Torgerson. Tyler Walker of Dillon with the tackle, makes the stop. Friends, we're under 7 minutes. It's a 2-point football game. Don't go anywhere. We're back across MTN stations all over Montana after this.
He's from like Dillon or something, really old. Linscott. Yeah, Linscott.
Okay.
I think we're ready to go with this NFL Hall of Fame guys. NFL Hall of Fame guys. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just read it. Scott's got it. I can talk about him because I'm on the committee.
All right, friends, welcome back to Butte. Final quarter of your East-West Shrine All-Star Game, and there's the information if you'd like to make a donation. To the Children's Shriners Hospital over in Spokane. They specialize in burn victims, children, and orthopedics children. We've raised over $10,000 tonight alone. 1st and 10. Deep ball. Norsline got his man. Ryder Meyer. Wow. Just like that.
Throw one, catch one. Maybe he's the MVP.
Yeah. In consideration.
What a great throw here.
Well, and they've been running the football for the majority of the second half. They caught the West off guard there with a play. West likely thinking, you know what, under 6.5 minutes left, they're going to run the ball. They're going to try to burn clock.
Yeah.
No such thing. Great play call, great timing for it. 27-19. How critical is this PAT to make it a 2-score game?
Yeah, 2-score game's very important here.
Wyatt Brusfin of Shelby has been money all night. He's 3 for 3 on PATs, booming punts, booming kicks. He's headed to Rocky Mountain College. This one's the biggest of the night. Run DMC, another point for me.
Oh, man, you are good
you hear
at that.
It, Bruce? Snap down, kick up and good. Drills it through the uprights. Brusfin again paying off for the East. Chris Stutchream excited to have him in Rocky. It's a 2-score game. Let's look at it one more time, Bruce, on the Commons replay.
Good protection, great route by Meyer, and 6 points. How about that on the sideline for the West or the East All-Stars? They'll remember this game for a long, long time, the rest of their lives. Now, getting back to that song you just got for Run DMC.
Yeah.
I was listening today with Neil, the 6 on 60s and the 770s, and I had them all, and I knew I would have beat you there.
I might have been able to compete with the 70s. You'd
you're
have
really
me in
good
the
at it.
60s. You'd have me in the 60s. Hey, we want to let you know also, all Star Saturday night here in Butte, where they're unveiling this year's Hall of Fame class for the Montana Professional Football Hall of Fame. Boy, is it a dandy list. Bob Beers, Brent Musburger, Dan Carpenter, Ken Amato, Marty Morningwig, Shane Collins, Steve Okanowski, Travis Lulay, and Victor Linskog. Those are your Hall of Fame inductees for the pro football this year. That'll be in March, right there in Billings. You can see the at Universal Athletics, I believe in Bozeman is where they've got the shrine to those players. But
it'll be at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. And I'm on the committee, and I've been fortunate to be able to MC that banquet every year. And it is like a kid in a candy store with all those great names coming back to Billings.
Well, Brusfin just booted another one, and it looked like he missed it and still knocked it into the end zone. You know when you chunk a chip shot? You'd know about that, right,
Well, I know
Bruce?
because it's fresh in your mind because you played golf today.
I had my share. But Brustman, he looks like he chunked that slightly because he's drilled them through the uprights tonight on the kickoff. So still into the end zone. That's what kind of a kicker he is. That's what kind of a valuable piece he is.
You know, we look at all these kids that are going to go on and play college football, and they're going to be very successful. You know, they're smart kids. They're good students. They're not just going to college to get their degree and to play football. They're going to college to get educated, and hopefully they'll come out and learn a lot in college. And the colleges in Montana, very fortunate to get a lot of these student athletes.
All right, here we go. West with a sense of urgency. Quick pass, drop through the hands of Waters. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Check at the 21. It's a 2-score game now, but still plenty of time left.
The only thing good about an incomplete pass is it does stop the clock
Yes.
for them, gives them a little time to think about what they want to do next. But they've been very impressive here in the second half, throwing the ball, running great routes, and making good throws.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. They go right back to the same play. Catch made this time for a gain of about 5. Clock continues to run. It'll be 3rd and 5.
It's cooling off a little bit here in Bob Green Field and Alumni Coliseum.
Duncan Kraft with the stop there. Laurel Billings Central product, I should say. Terrific athlete for the Rams State Championship team this year. 3rd down and 5 from the 26. Red is the West, trailing 28-19. Clock continues to run. They've taken it all the way down to 7 seconds before the snap. Under pressure, got a man outside, bobbled and dropped. It's Waters again, and he's just furious with himself. He had the catch. He knows he's got it. He's good enough to make it. He's just, he'll be all right.
We've talked a lot tonight about family ties in this game, and how about the mark that the Stanton family has had on a lot of kids in this game tonight. You know, Jim Stanton at Billings West, Rob Stanton at Billings Central, and Rob Stanton at Billings West, and Pete Stanton, the head coach at Dickinson State. And a couple of these kids tonight on these rosters are going to Dickinson State. That's the Stanton family.
You better believe it. Mike Ludwig, our friend over there as well. Take a look. They punt past midfield. Fair catch. Nothing risky from the east. We'll keep it right here with 5.5 minutes left.
Yeah, you think that Les Meyer made just some kind of comments that we're going to fair catch this. We're not going to try to run it back.
If they catch it at all, play it safe,
You
possibly.
mentioned, Scott, the Hall of Famers. You know, how about a guy like Brent Musburger, Shane Collins, who played at Arizona State in the numbers like 7 or 8 years in the NFL. Marty Morningwig, the great quarterback out of the University of Montana. Dan Carpenter, what a great career he had for the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills as a kicker.
Yes.
There's just great names that be there, and a lot of these guys who have gone in previous years will be back for this event. Kudos to Rick Helmus, Ed Garding, and that committee for doing a wonderful job with the Montana Pro Football NFL Hall of Fame.
Norsline under pressure, escaped it for a minute, throws it up. Well, that's dangerous, but you know what? He avoids the sack. It may be a hold anyways. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, thrown in that direction.
False start, maybe. No, that would not have run the play. Thought I saw the near official rotating his arms.
Illegal formation, 5 in the backfield offense. That's declined. 2nd down.
Take a look at the penalty here. Commons Furniture replay. And it's trying to get some pressure to him. You know, the formation was illegal, so that's why they continue to let it play, but terrific effort on the defense. Norsline fires this time over the middle. Another great defensive play by the West All-Stars. That was Christian Unger from Missoula Big Sky. First time we've called his name tonight. Mike Graves in there as well from Hamilton.
Both these teams playing every play. Nobody's let down at all tonight. It's been a beautiful night weather-wise here in Butte.
Clock continues to run. Under 5 minutes to play. 2-possession game. West trip. And trying to get the ball back. Third down. Big third down here. Still 15 seconds left on the play clock. We'll see how far down Norsline runs it. Now 9, 8. Snaps it with 6 seconds left. He's just going to keep it on the ground and stay in bounds. Yep. Boy, he almost got first down yardage there. I think he'll be just shy. What do you do now if you're Les Meyer? Do you go for that on 4th and less than 1?
I don't think you risk it. I think you punt it. But, you know, we are in an all-star game.
They want to go.
I think they're going to go for it.
Offense is staying out there. Even the linemen, they're like, come on, rotate the play in, rotate the play in. Now, ultimately, they pull players off the field to bring the punt formation in. 15 seconds left on the play clock to get this thing off. And once again, it's Wyatt Brusfin. Man, has he been a factor tonight. If he can pin these guys inside the 10.
He's been pretty calm and collected. He's had some ones deep in his own territory. He's got a little bit of room.
Oh, they just gave away the hand.
Oh, they did.
Whistles blew. Don't know if it was a timeout, but that was a fake all the way.
Delay game, offense, 5 yards, still 4th down.
Well, it took them a while to send that punt formation out. They did it with 15 seconds left and then just didn't get the snap off.
You little tricksters. That would have had us surprised up here.
Yeah.
He's done such a great job punting the ball tonight.
All right, a 2-possession game. Under 4 minutes to play. Kicks it inside the 10-yard line again. What hasn't he done tonight? Well, he hadn't scored a touchdown, but he's accounted for a lot of points and some critical punts and kickoffs.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable punt. Pinned them deep inside their own territory and down inside the 10-yard line. And boy, it's a long way to go for the West. There you see the number you can still call, 833-995-0960. Call in, donate some money, help the cause here. You know, we've talked about, they believe that this event this weekend will raise about a little north of $100,000 with all the donations from the other clubs around the state that had really successful golf tournaments. I can think of Fort Benton and Kalispell and right here in Butte.
Here we go, hustle time for the Red. Nice pass broken up at the last minute. Cam Rothy, the intended receiver. He's up and all right, stops the clock. 3:24 left in the game. Nice defensive play there for John Waddell. There he is. Livingston, Park High.
Park County Rangers.
Going to Rocky Mountain College.
Battling Bear. I wonder how he'll look in green.
Probably wearing a green t-shirt underneath his jersey tonight.
I like to look around the stands and see the parents, and you can tell where their kids are going because they're all wearing those school sweatshirts tonight.
Ort now fires, got his man, Logan Kennedy. No, check that.
Yeah, no.
That was John Waddell. Kennedy wears 87 for the Red. That was Dylan Botner of Whitefish. First time we've called his name tonight.
Yeah, nice catch here.
Clutch catch. Great defensive play.
Kind of down low and behind his back a little bit.
Yeah.
Just reached down and got it.
Out of bounds, stop the clock. Sentinels, Rylan Ort, quarterback, fires to the outside. There's Waters again, makes the catch, gets out of bounds, so that stops the clock. You knew Waters would bounce back after that last series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kason Taylor, a CMR on the stop there.
That's a good-sized wide receiver.
Second down and about 5. West All-Stars just trying to work the out route, something to the sideline to stop the clock. Pass, that one over the middle, incomplete, intended for Rothy. That doesn't hurt him, though. That was a second down play. Stops the clock, only burned a few seconds. Let's take a look at some of the defensive pressure. Handful of them into the backfield there. See number 51, Bryce Depping of CMR. Rustlers have had a lot of athletes step up tonight. Can you hear the music, Bruce?
No. When I hear some music, I'll let you know.
Well, they have to shut it off for the play, so there we go. All right. 3rd down now and 5. Rylan Ort. Complete over the middle. That's first down yardage.
That
Clock
will
will stop momentarily. Cade Wilcox was injured earlier, comes back to make that play on defense, but it's Waters again, and that was the toughest catch he's had tonight. Clutch when he needs to be. Clock stopped briefly for the first down. Ort rolling, looking across the middle, got another man. It's Jones, I believe, this time. He's close to the first down. Ryder Meyer with a tackle. He's doing it on both sides of the football. Oh! I don't know how he got back. Yeah, he's hobbled. He's coming off the field. That hurts.
You know, I was the athletic director at Rocky Mountain College when Tucker Meyer played for the Battling Bears, and that's what he did a lot in his career. What a great defensive back he was for the Battling Bears.
Well, Anthony Jones has had a terrific night for Flathead in the West All-Stars, so I'm just glad he's up walking. That could have been a disaster. Over the middle. Cam Rothy again. Rothy, I should say. That's a first down. West on the move. 2.5 to play. Ryder Meyer once again with the tackle.
Yeah, watch this route run. Just a great route, and look at this throw. Right on target.
Yes.
And the coverage wasn't bad.
Ort, nowhere to go. Great job by the offensive line. Look at the protection. Unloads it to the end zone. Has 2 men in the vicinity. Almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. Great effort there by Wilcox from West High. Great job by the West offensive line there to give him all sorts of protection tonight. Let's take a couple looks at it. Ort got drilled as he let it go. That's a tight spiral.
Maybe a little bit of a dime package there. A lot of defensive backs in the play.
Waters was there. I think he was the intended receiver. Ty McGurran was also in the vicinity. Second down. Rothy out of bounds. Gets interesting, Bruce. 2-score game, 2 minutes left. I thought he was out of bounds. They did stop the clock on the scoreboard, yes. 2:07 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we haven't said much about the score, but they have a great Jumbotron here.
They do.
At Alumni Coliseum, and they really work it.
All right, crunch time, approaching the red zone. West down by 2 scores. Very little time left in the fourth quarter. Trying to mount a comeback. Out pattern, complete again. Does not get out of bounds, but has enough for the first down. Clock stops again. There is no 2-minute warning in high school football or college.
You know, Scott, we have a cameraman on top of that scoreboard tonight. What a great view, and we've had some tremendous shots of all the camera people tonight that are working this game.
Or toward the end zone, got Waters broken up. Nice defensive play for the East All-Stars. That was Cason Taylor from CMR. See it again, the Conlins replay. Just gets a hand in there, it's all you need. Thrown maybe slightly behind him, but terrific pass. Waters was there.
Yeah, and a great effort.
2nd and 10. Blake Counts in the backfield. 4 wide receivers for the West All-Stars in red. Pressure. Screen pass. Counts. Stopped at about the 25-yard line. Gets inside the 23. That was another great effort defensively by number 21, Carson Taylor and Eli Kraft from Laurel High.
I don't think the East was fooled on that play there. Great job of getting after the ball, gang tackling, team tackling.
West All-Stars take a timeout now. They're in a tough situation.
Still time to donate tonight to our telethon for the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane, Washington. You can call this number 1-833-995-0960. Call in now. Help out the Shriners that are working those phones tonight.
Game interviews.
And this would be a great job tonight if we could get this thing over 100,000 for the weekend.
Want to thank you for staying up late with us tonight. Almost 10:30. The news crews across the state on MTN have been ready for about 45 minutes to get on air. Thank you for staying up late with us. Those broadcasts will be on immediately following this game. Only a minute 40 left.
See, I wouldn't be in bed at this time if I was home now, because your sports would just be getting over. Unless I'm laying in bed watching your sports.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Bruce.
I'm a big Scott Breen fan.
Well, we appreciate it. We've got great local sports coverage across the state. Both print and radio and television. And all right, third down, 11 yards. Ort back to pass. Over the middle, just over the hands of Cam Rothy from Hamilton. Smallest guy on the field tonight for either team. He's 5'8", only $140, headed to Carroll College. So here comes Ort. Fourth down. Got to pick up 11 yards for the first. Again, just to let you know, your late local news will be coming up right after the game. So here's what they'll do on fourth down. They'll attempt the field goal. And this will be about a 45-yarder, about a 41-yarder. Carver Gilman. Right through the uprights.
Oh, that's a huge play.
So it stays interesting. How about that? Now a one-score game and an onside kick coming.
Yeah, you think you might get an onside kick here? I think the hands teams are going to go out there for the East team.
Well, each team has. Look at the knuckleball here, and he puts a draw on it. That's terrific on a dogleg left at the golf course, and it's terrific tonight. Look at him celebrating. Never a doubt. Never a doubt.
Brings back memories of Phil Niekro and the Atlanta
knuckleball,
Braves.
Yeah.
That was a big-time play. They needed 2 scores. It was a tough one on fourth, so they go for that. Now they have a chance to get the ball back with an onside kick. How much time do you think they spend on this in practice during an all-star week?
Not much.
Kick.
Not much. You say a couple of Hail Marys here and hope for the best. And again, Carver Gilman from Whitefish just drilled that from 41 yards. Headed to the University of Montana. He'll play football. Bobby Houck with an eye on him tonight. All right, so you got the guys on your team who have the best hands, guys that can fall on a football and cover it up out there for the East All-Stars. Carver just tried to skip this one on the ground and high hop it. Oh, he did high hop it. It was caught, dropped, fumbled, and no signal yet. It looked like the East recovered. The officials had not sorted it out. There it is. There it is. He came up with it, and he's had a big night tonight. Kyle Torgerson of Great Falls High has to be in the conversation for one of tonight's MVPs. Let's look at the replay. Didn't skip for a while, but there's the high hop. Boom.
Wow. A little bit of luck there, but that's what it takes sometimes to win games.
Absolutely. Torgerson with the big play for the East. Good effort, though, to scoop that up. Derek Simmons from Fairfield. He's got a touchdown catch tonight. That was a tough one, though. Now each team with 2 timeouts left, so minute 26 left. You know the West will burn both of theirs. And then if they can force a punt, you'll be well inside of a minute. But they could get the ball back if they force a 3 and out. Your late local news across Montana's MTN stations coming up right after the game. Thanks for staying up late with us. You got a good one. If you're just joining us, West was on top 6-0. East answered with 21 straight points. West has owned much of the second half. But they trail. They don't have the ball. And a good stand there. It'll be second down, and the West will take one of its final 2 timeouts. Bruce?
Yeah, they've got to do it now, because the East is going to run the clock. And the East quarterbacks have done a nice job of working the play clock and taking as much off as they can. So I would foresee them taking timeouts right away.
Well, the big play for the East They go run in the second half, and then come out and chuck it for a touchdown from Norsline to Ryder Meyer. Meyer's thrown touchdowns tonight, caught touchdown, made tackles on defense. That was the big play. That pass play caught the West off guard.
Yeah, future Montana Grizzly, Bobby Houck. Jeff Choate's got a number of players in this game. Jeff, the head coach at Montana State. But we have two outstanding coaches at that level with Choate and Houck. And those Frontier Conference coaches, a lot of them here tonight. We've talked to a couple of them. I like Montana Tech's chances in the Frontier Conference this year, along with Rocky, the defending champions. And then you have Southern Oregon and Eastern Oregon and College of Idaho.
Myers a quarterback. Pretty good game, but it'll be third down and about 4 or 5. That's the final timeout for the West. If they get a stop here, and then the East team will likely run the football just to burn the clock.
I hear Ryan Norse from Montana Western in the crowd tonight, the head coach, and he's done a great job with the Bulldogs and their football program. And so really the Frontier Conference, usually who's picked to win it finishes about 5th, because it is such a competitive league, one of the finest football leagues in all of the NAIA, and really in all sports. The women's basketball team at Montana Western got to the national title game and won it this year. The Carroll College men got to the men's national championship, got beat in the championship game, but that's pretty impressive for the old Frontier Conference and Commissioner Kent Paulson.
All right, Bruce. Football game on the line right here. Third down, they're officially calling it 6 yards on the scoreboard. 3rd and 6. Ryder Meyer at quarterback. Expect him to just hold on to the football, maybe even down it. Well, he wouldn't down it.
I look for a sweep here, and it never comes out of the quarterback's hand.
Got it. Got the first down. That's going to be your football game in all likelihood. Ryder Meyer doing it on offense and defense.
Why take a chance of throwing it?
Yep.
Why take a chance of handing it off? Just take it and go.
Absolutely. If you don't have to make the pass or the handoff, there it is. Clock stops for a moment on the first down. 1:08, and now starts again. 25 seconds on the play clock, so they'll let that burn down as deep as possible. One more snap, maybe 2. East wins it last year, 24-21 in that thriller up in Great Falls. We were there for you. Looks like they'll hold on again tonight. 8 seconds left on the play clock.
But we asked ourselves before the game, Scott, you think this is going to be a close one, a barn burner, or it's going to be a blowout? And here's the answer.
It had a little bit of everything tonight. Had a lot of turnovers, had a lot of touchdowns, had a few fakes.
Their second of the half.
Had everything an all-star game should have. It's been a joy to cover it tonight. And again, your late local news coming up just moments from now, right after the ball game. East takes a timeout just to collect itself, but all they've got to do is kneel once or twice, and it's a ball game. Here they come with the Gatorade bath. All right. A few of the guys huddled up trying to sneak the Gatorade toward Coach Les Meyer.
I'm not even sure he knows it's coming.
I'm not sure there's enough water left in there. I don't know if it was hot tonight.
Well, he isn't necessarily going right back to the sideline. He's running down the other end.
Yeah.
So maybe he did.
He's no rookie.
That's right. How about 22 years at Fairfield?
Right.
Jeez.
The victory formation. There it is. Norsline in there for the snaps now. There's Coach Meyer.
He's checking him.
Les Meyer does it again. State champion this year. Shrine game champion. Coached his son at quarterback. Defense.
Yeah, he's running away. He's no dummy.
Okay, we'll go to the break and be back right after this. That's the ball game. East wins it tonight, 28-22. Your final from Butte. Your late local news coming up in moments. Good luck, Coach. Good luck.
Hey, he still runs pretty well.
up this evening.
Welcome back, everybody. Your final tonight, East over the West, in a really nice game, 28-22. Take a look tonight at the MVPs before we get you out to your late local newscast. East in the gold uniforms, West in the red. Came right down to the final possession, if you will.
Look at the great sportsmanship. Everybody congratulating each other. Friends on both teams. It's been a wonderful game to be involved with, and the winners are the children with the Shriners Hospital in Spokane, Washington. And thank you so much to Shriners throughout the state of Montana.
Well, there they are. And again, your final tonight, 28-22. East over the West. We're going to send it to break now and get you out to your late local newscasts. Thank you for joining us across the MTN networks in Montana. It's been fun for Bruce Parker, Casey Conlon, Richie Melby. I'm Scott Breen and the entire rest of the crew to bring you tonight's game. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to announce our game MVP awards.